Who's back there cooking some kind of poultry serial killer? Some barnyard strangler? That's an omelet that spans 2 generations.
That's wrong.
That's not breakfast, that's a vendetta. You know? That's like taking your hamburger and dipping it into your milk. You don't do it. It's not kosher. You got to separate some things, you know what I mean?
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried, you know, they're doing that internet dating, which...
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah. But I just don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score and then I double-clicked on your mom's head.
Comedian Dwight Slade.
I think they're overdoing the IDing for liquor. We ID under 65. Bring your walker.
Yeah.
I got carded the other day, and it's like, look into my eyes. You ever seen a 21-year-old with this much hate and bitterness in their eyes?
Yeah.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I used to do celebrities smoking pot, and the way it was written was I was back in my fort when I was in high school, and they would pass it to me, and I would do like, you know.
Do one for us. You have to now. I didn't.
Oh, God, I have to remember this bit. This is celebrity smoking pot. It was written in like the 70s, so it was like Jimmy Carter. Yeah, that's damn good reefer. That was, the whole bit was all, everybody was Nixon, that's really good weed. You know,
I love this.
The whole bit. I can't believe I'm doing it. I'm trying to remember.
Give me more.
Here you go, Curly. Why, certainly. I can't believe I'm doing this act. I'm not be doing. I'm trying to recreate this.
See,
Walter Brennan.
Weeds making a big
it's damn good reefer. Yeah, the bud's on fire. The bud's on fire. Mr. Haney from Green Acres. I did them all.
Do it.
Mr. Douglas, have I got a deal for you? A genuine imitation fur-line battery run bong for your smoking pleasure. I cannot believe I'm doing that.
Mr. Haney.
Now, I still do in my act, though. I do Barney Fife. Boom! What do you call that right there? The forbidden fruit. But I do all the characters of Mayberry in the show. Except for Howard Sprague. I could pull him. I used to do him smoking pot. Remember him, the town clerk?
Sure.
Bow
Yeah.
tie?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
Gee, Andy, fire up a fatty. I can't believe you're laughing at this. I should put it back in. No,
Pot's making a big comeback.
This is the biggest laughs I've got all day.
Pot is making a huge comeback. You got to do it. Craig
I'm
Shoemaker.
going to drop the Love Master and put in the pot
Do
routine
you do
again.
Floyd the Barber, too?
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Do you do Aunt B?
Yeah. Andy, there are seeds in my marijuana.
Hey! That's right. Up to here. The pouring the thing and the. It's the Bob and Tom Show. 5-14-20.
Hike.
Hello, Tom.
Omaha.
Hello, Christy.
Hi, chick.
Hello, Josh.
Hey, chick.
Hello, Ace. Dirty.
There he is.
He looks frozen. I don't know how he does that.
He's moving. There you go.
There's Calvin.
Hey, McGee.
Guest today, Al Sweetface Jackson.
Yeah.
And the one, the only, Frank Caliendo.
The man of a dozen voices. Perhaps more.
I wonder what it sounds like with Morgan Freeman.
Well, he was great last week. I'm looking forward to talking to Frank Caliendo again. We'll get a report from where he lives in Phoenix, Arizona, coming up today.
We are whether they like it or not.
We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations, and are we doing the what's that thing called?
YouTube.
Is that happening over there, Ace?
It looks like it.
Okay, Ace.
Until we say different, we're on YouTube every day.
Yeah.
Okay? Listen to me. Look at me. We are on YouTube every day.
Yeah, but
Did everybody hear?
Sometimes they have trouble getting it up and running.
Oh, I see.
It's up. Okay.
You're not supposed to say that.
Yesterday it wasn't.
Well, the intention is always there, is my point.
Well, the intention
you
of
asking about
the intention is
hang
the
on,
show
wait a
is supposed to be
minute.
funny,
We've got
but
to
it doesn't matter.
stop the show. We've got to turn the fan on.
Oh, thank goodness.
Germs out of here because Tom's going to go crazy. But not only do we deal with the quarantine, we deal with the germ we call Griswold.
Well, let's crack open a newspaper. No, guy's gonna sneeze. Oh, gee, leave the room. See now, for the next 8 minutes, we've got his spirochetes hovering in the room.
Yeah, you might catch an allergy.
That was all salmon flavor.
How do we know? We don't know what it is.
Well, we went 3 days without hearing spirochete. What is spirochete?
It's a thing that you get when you get the clap. It's just a fun
Don't
word.
ask Tom how he knows all about it.
It's a great word I really like. I like to throw it out there like I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not. Let's see now. We've got, as you mentioned, some great guests. Al Jackson, Frank Caliendo. Some terrific mail to get to today.
Terrific mail.
Oh,
Okay.
got some
Well, that's
great
exciting.
stuff. Got some great stuff. Thank you very
Packages?
much.
You know how I like packages.
Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Got my package yesterday with my new coffee in it, which is...
How's that working out? Because this is coffee in tea bags, which I've never had.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
What do they? Well, obviously they can't call them tea bags. What do they call coffee?
Oh, yeah,
bags?
are they coffee bags?
I don't know what they call them, but it's delicious, so I got that
Convenience bags. Some marketing.
Very
going in
excited
there.
about that.
All right, sorry about that.
Cool. And now all I got to do is get better water, and I'll be ready to go.
Yeah,
Oh, now the water here is not up to snuff. Not the bottled water, right?
Well, yeah, but you got
The
to heat
water
the
right
water.
there is it's fecal.
It's fecal. I
filtered.
taste
Yeah, that's why.
No, it's
crappy
filtered.
water.
It's fecal, fecal through those coffee filters that we've been using for toilet paper.
It's filtered and it's hot. It comes out hot.
Okay, well, no, it's fine. I'm just
Godwin's on the screen. This is visual, but what are you drinking out of there? It's some kind of, is that some sort of...
Yeah, that a
this is,
titanium.
I'm running out of containers to bring in. This is my NutriBullet container.
Oh, I see.
Why don't you
Drinking
do
your
some
coffee?
dishes?
I have done some dishes. It's very sparse over at the High Chaparral.
You know what? It's after Pat says good morning. Everything else is a lie for the rest of the day. I've done dishes. Sure you have, Pat.
I do them every night. For about an hour, actually.
an hour.
And then he adds to it.
An hour. You've got you and your 9-year-old son. It takes you an hour to do 2 dishes.
Anything to get away from the 9-year-old, huh?
At exactly 7 o'clock, I do cleaning and dishes for the first time in my life. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it's not the first
All
time in your
right.
life. One of my favorite Pat Godwin stories of all time is the fact that you were staying at a friend's house and they were so kind to you and they were really doing you some favors and their hospitality knew no bounds and you decided to repay them by doing the dishes.
Oh, right.
Particularly a tough pan that you saw on the stovetop.
My friend Mike Stank was the comedian, a cast iron skillet. And been in her family for 50 years.
Oh, you washed that up.
I scrubbed it good, Chick.
You scrubbed it with soap and you were and in your head you were thinking, this is taking forever. This thing is so dirty.
Oh,
What an idiot.
Man, was she mad.
yeah?
Poor guy.
You think?
Yeah.
Every time I just with a little water wash my cast iron sky, I think of you.
This is going to need some bleach.
Trying to do the right thing, that always reminds me of another story. Got to be somewhat delicate here. A friend of mine from high school, great guy. He's a
Now, Supreme Court Justice. All your
no, he's a doctor.
graduates
He's a great guy. He's a physician. Great guy.
Of course he is.
When he was after he graduated from college, one of his buddies came to visit him, who by the way, I'm not kidding, is now a reverend.
Oh, okay.
His pal. But when his buddy came over, they stayed at the house for 3 or 4 days, and when he left, he'd made the bed. It was all beautifully made. And then my friend, his first name is Kirk. Kirk's mom came up to him and said, "Do you know that Chris crapped the bed?"
Oh, my gosh.
How about that?
Yeah,
and made it.
And then he made the bed,
Yeah.
so I guess he thought that they would just leave it for the next guest.
Oh.
But Chris, no, the distinguished reverend.
Oh, boy.
Maybe that's what sent him to the holy.
Yeah.
He aspired to become a holy man.
Is he still at
after
Our Lady of Incontinence?
That was no lady. That was a crap.
Coming up, we have some exciting news. We have various interesting things, a lot of great animal stories of late. I think animals are taking over the world, as you know. We have goats.
I don't have a problem with that.
Goats all over the street. We have
Who are they kidding?
juggling. We have juggling otters. We've got a kid who caught a fish that weighs more than he does.
Time out.
When you say juggling otters, do you
Don't
mean
give my sports away.
Yeah.
do you mean otters that juggle or people who are juggling otters?
Otters that juggle, not people juggling otters.
I
Although,
must see this.
I would much rather see the latter than the former.
You know how I like otters. Otters made for life. They hold hands when they float.
They're so cute.
This is a scientists have
delicious.
observed something interesting about otters.
Wow.
Then they are interested. And then they're one of the few species I think that does things for fun.
Yes. Yeah.
They play tag and stuff.
They go down slides and
They play tag too.
All right.
Okay.
You listen to me, Tom. I'm trying to participate.
What's more fun, going down a slide or playing tag?
I'll slide all day.
I think they're both equally have their positive aspects, I think. You know, there's a minor league baseball team, so the Sea Otters or the Otters or something.
Too much running in tag. Slide, you just got to sit there and let gravity do the work.
Is that right? Yeah, that's right.
Too much running.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you, Josh.
No surprise that Josh is planted today in the orangeinsoles.com
I got to go back
chair.
to that. I got to go back to that story. You have a friend, of course. You went to school. He's a distinguished doctor. Do you have anybody you went to school with who's like a hard-working auto mechanic?
Regular Joe.
Like a regular. You do.
Yeah,
well, we never hear about those
No,
people.
we never do.
It's always
Well, that's because Kirk's friend Chris crapped the bed.
But he wasn't your friend, the guy who crapped the bed?
Not really. He'd gone to the high school I went to before I got there.
Man, that's some balls. You think he just thought, I'll be down the road, they'll never find this?
But he made the bed. He made the bed.
That's psychopath behavior.
Yeah, there's something up there.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It's all true. The guy, honest to God, the guy is a reverend in North Carolina now.
Was it just feces or feces and semen? Or do we know?
Well, then that would be something.
He might have really gotten excited about it.
Yeah, he may have loved it.
Christy,
I'm sure they're going to enjoy this.
You know, there's a couple extra studios in this building. Maybe you and I could go down to those.
I
and
can't
do
wait
our own
until they
show.
find this.
I can't wait till they find it. Have you seen what I left for you? Pretty excited.
I think you're really going to enjoy it.
I think you're really going to.
Boy.
Then there was the guy at the camp I went to that crapped in the pool.
Oh, yeah, we remember
And
that
everybody from then on, every time for the next 10 years, everyone. When he graduated, he was still.
I've got friends.
What'd you call him?
I can't say. He has a really unusual first name.
I have a friend.
If I said it would be
Marvin. He crapped like second grade. He right there in the seat. Evidently, he wasn't aware of bathrooms or something. I don't know, but he right there in his seat.
What's wrong with people?
And then later on, he loved his motorcycle. Of course, he had a life-threatening brain injury for the later part of his life. And finally just died not that long ago.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, chick stories. I like them when they have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Point
this one beginning, middle, and tragic end.
I'm an everyman. See, this guy's not a doctor.
Yeah.
He liked his motorcycle and had a brain injury.
There was a man in my neighborhood who gave out the best candy. Of course, he's now, you may know Tony Fauci. He's sort of in the news these days.
Boy, he was quite the scamp when we were younger. I can tell you that.
You know what? You did go to school with some pretty successful people now that we look at
I
it.
call him Tone or TF. He like, yo, Fauci. Yeah.
Did anybody in your class become a plumber?
I don't know, probably.
I doubt it.
We have a lot of people ended up doing things that are fun and interesting and cool. But the story about Kirk and Chris is true, and it just happens that the crapper, in this case, Chris, became a reverend, and the son of the mother who discovered the crapped bed is a distinguished physician.
Of course.
Anyway, let's move on here. Coming up, we have Patty. You ready for that song? I think we.
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay, we have a little song we're going to revisit, and I think when we come back, since you're telling great stories about with
Heck yeah.
unfortunate early death in them, we should come back with our tribute to. We played the other day about the.
Sure, Mr. Kevin Meaney.
Mr. Kevin Meaney.
Yeah.
I think we really have to get to that, and of course, I have to start with this request. Fortunately it's a short one. Let me see if I can find the guy's name here. You can make your request, of course, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com, and this one comes to us from Ollie. Thank you, Ollie. You don't hear that name very often.
No, you don't.
No, Ollie, it's good to see you.
Ollie action.
He wanted to hear the audio from the Little Richard funeral, so here we go.
Straight ball of fire. It's
really just raining man there.
Yeah,
That's how Richard wanted to go.
Isn't there a
Thanks very
song with Umbrella? Ella.
Rihanna.
We gotta add like 5 or 6 more.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up, Mr. Obvious in just a few minutes. Right now, I want to talk a little bit about maybe you're at home, maybe you're stuck there, but maybe you're also having some issues down there. Your mojo is not working. You know what I'm talking about. Erectile dysfunction. Well, guess what? Scientists, physicians, and engineers have gotten together and gotten so a lot of that stuff can get to work again. And what's the best way to get it done? Well, you can do it all online now with our friends at Roman, ROMAN, GetRoman.com/wood. Here's what you do. You go online and right from your house, you just grab your phone or your computer, complete the free online visit at GetRoman.com/wood, and you will hear back from a U.S. licensed physician within 24 hours, and then they'll decide if there's a treatment that is right for you. I'm talking about things like Viagra, stuff you've been seeing advertised on television for all. You know what I'm talking about. Then they've got their free 2-day shipping. Josh, what's the fee for that?
It's free.
That's why they call it free 2-day shipping, of course. GetRoman.com/wood. If you're struggling with ED, stay home and go to GetRoman.com/wood for the free online visit. Free 2-day shipping. Once again, it's GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. GetRoman.com/wood. Free online visit. Free 2-day shipping. Get part of your life back by going to what they call a digital platform. How about that? GetRoman.com/wood. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Also, when we come back, you have a sports teaser?
NFL pandemic plans, PGA virus plans. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida has said, take my state, please. And the lawsuits have started, but they're not really virus connected. So we'll have all that.
And one of the things that's happening with so little sports going on, one of the big things in the international sports wire this morning, darts.
Huh, okay.
A lot of betting on darts.
Not just real darts, but virtual darts.
Virtual.
That's how boring it's getting.
Oh.
When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's Mark Allison on a Thursday, May 14th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Don't forget, you can win a pair of E25 Raycon earbuds. That's right. Get the Raycon contest code in the news feed on the Bob and Tom app. That's free and available in your iTunes or Google Play Store. Download the app, get the contest code, head on over to bobandtom.com/contest, enter the code. Increase your odds of winning by entering daily. The Bob and Tom app, again, is free, available in iTunes or your Google Play Store. All of us big fans with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. Try them today, the E25 Raycon earbuds, and good luck from Raycon and the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Melissa Etheridge says her son, Beckett Cipher, has died. She released a statement saying opioid addiction was behind Cipher's death. It read in part, quote, "Today I join the hundreds of thousands of families who've lost loved ones to opioid addiction." No other details were revealed. Cipher is one of 2 children Etheridge had with her former partner, Julie Cipher. Beckett was conceived with sperm from Rock and Roll Hall of Famer David Crosby. The musical about Michael Jackson will not debut on Broadway until next year because of the coronavirus outbreak. Performances of MJ will start March of 2021. Preview performances had been scheduled to start July 6th. Broadway producers have not announced when theaters will reopen, but refunds are being given for shows through September 6th. And Kevin Hart and Nick Jonas are helping to put a spotlight on those in the forefront of the fight against the coronavirus. Hart and Jonas will appear on the 8-episode documentary series Regular Heroes. The series has been running on Amazon Prime Video since May 8th, with new episodes available every Friday through June 26th. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
And now, here's your chance to win a pair of wireless Raycon earbuds, just like the ones Chick McGee wears.
What?
That's right, and here's all you need to do. Download the free Bob and Tom app from iTunes or Google Play. Locate the Raycon contest code on the news feed, enter that code at bobandtom.com/contest, and you're registered to win.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That makes perfect sense.
The Everyday E25 wireless Raycon earbuds, their best earbuds yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit.
You don't understand this because your mind doesn't work in a normal fashion.
Right.
All the details now at bobandtom.com. Thanks to Raycon, Chick McGee,
That's a joke.
and The Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Lowell Sanders is here with us.
I'm on the road.
Are
now,
you
Lowell,
single?
are you a
I'm
single man?
Yeah, I left a wife in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
I see how it works.
Police should have found her by now. I'm kidding. They won't find her.
Hey, no way. You're that good, aren't you?
My most recent marriage was a disaster. It made the wreck of the Edmunds Fitzgerald look like a fender bender.
Wow. Hello.
And you remember Lord's famous line about gun control, more or less.
Yes. The relationship taught me a lot. It taught me they won't sell you a handgun if you're crying.
Comedic.
621 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the Car X-Men. Showers early, windy. Look for a high of 80. We might see some thunderstorms later this afternoon. Scattered storms overnight, low 60. Thunderstorms tomorrow, 72. 55 right now.
Thanks, Christy. Coming up, your shot at $1,000 multiple times, so pay close attention. As I said the other day, turn your ears up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, turn your ears up. We'd love for you to be a winner.
Pay attention.
Congratulations to Paul, Scott, Doug, and more. You could be a winner. Also got that request for Brownsburg coming up in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see, is everybody in their places? I think so.
With bright, shiny faces?
In the big room. Face number one is that of Ace Cosby. Well, that's a handsome face.
Oh, man. Good-looking punum.
All right, there you go. And that, too. The Chick McGee is across the way at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
Dude.
Tell your liquor store dude, hey.
How about you?
How about some Crazy Cock wine? Go to crazycockwine.com to find out more. In the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair, it is Josh Arnold. And 10,000 Sailors Can't Be Wrong. It's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom with Christy Lee.
See, I would say 10,000 Sailors Can't Be Wrong. It's Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit to get that sort of double entendre there.
I got you.
What did I say?
You said Navy Federal Credit Union first. But if you say Christy Lee first at the Navy Federal Credit, then it sort of suggests, are the 10,000 sailors
Have
not
done
wrong about
thanks.
Christy Lee?
First of all, Josh,
that would be
thank
actionable.
you. What this section of the show needs is to be longer. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Secondly,
and then we have Pat Godwin, socially distanced in the studio, dubbed the Around the Corner the Fudge is Made studio. Hi, Pat.
Tentatively sponsored by Uranus Fudge in Uranus, Missouri.
And by the way, you mentioned that there is a place called Uranus. Is it Missouri?
Yeah.
And which is, by the way, the Show Me state. So
That's right.
Show Me Uranus has to be one of the billboards. I have received several photographs of billboards just to verify the fact that Uranus is a real place.
Oh, sure.
People that have passed through have sent us stuff.
A couple of people shoved their poor little kids out there, 10, 11 years. Get your picture in front of the Uranus sign. And they sent it to
Hopefully
us.
we have fudge on the way.
And they do have.
Nobody
It is
packs,
good fudge.
Nobody packs fudge like Uranus. I'm telling you that right now. Don't even try anybody else.
And I have a nice letter here. This comes to us from Luke.
Hi, Luke.
Luke, subject heading, Uranus. He said, I took a family road trip out west a few years ago, stopped at Uranus, Missouri. Also, hit the vacuum cleaner museum.
Oh, I was unaware of that place.
Where is that?
No, I've heard it sucks. How about
Where's
that?
that? Eureka, Missouri?
Josh,
That's hilarious.
Here it is, Josh. Uranus fudge, Lambert's, throw rolls, and the vacuum cleaner museum. All in the same weekend.
That's a heck of a trip.
That's
There is a
big
Eureka,
trip.
Missouri.
Is there really?
Just outside of St. Louis.
There you go.
That's where Six Flags is.
There's a vacuum cleaner museum.
Unbelievable.
What, does he say where it is?
No.
Oh, I'm looking that up.
It must be.
Did they
near
have
there.
the vacuum cleaner from the Flintstones? Nah, it's a living.
That's one of the best ones. There appear to be a number of vacuum cleaner museums, actually,
What?
and there is one indeed in St. James, Missouri.
Okay.
St. James.
Oh, no. Oh,
What?
no.
Did they close?
Yeah.
Where'd all the vacuum
Along
cleaners
Highway 44, there's a letter,
Says it's
open letter. We
closed.
believe the time has come to close the iconic vacuum cleaner museum. Well, I'm sure you say to the kids, hey, we were thinking of either going to Disney World or the vacuum cleaner museum. What do you say, kids?
10 years they were in business, huh?
That's miraculous.
They must have started with quite the nest egg.
Can you imagine cleaning it every night? Which vac do I use tonight?
How about the first one?
Well, thank you very much for the letters. Now, as promised, after Chick McGee's
It's time for sports.
great story about his buddy, your friend that you talked about.
With the brain injury.
The brain, it's sad story. So I thought we would kind of continue on the dark side.
Oh, good.
Just a little, very short snippet, just over a minute, talking with comedian Kevin Meaney a few years back. And he tells this exciting story. Now, I'm not trying to overstate this, but you mentioned that you enjoy a cocktail now and then.
Yes. Who doesn't?
Did you hear about the guy that did 56 shots?
Oh, that's a little bit too much.
Well, he's dead now, right?
That's 56 ounces of alcohol.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Well,
of course he had to die.
Had to.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lawsuit now.
When I was a kid, probably about 15 or 16, one of our friends, Danny, I won't say his last name, he took a bottle of vodka and drank the whole thing down in front of us. Just like, watch this, guys, and just downed it, and then he passed out.
Yikes.
And then we put him in the car, and we drove him to his house and threw him on his knocked on the door and threw him on the front lawn. And his mother comes out, "What did you do to our kid? We didn't do anything. He's crazy," And
how's he doing these days?
He's dead.
Oh.
Time now for things you learned on today's Bob and Tom Show.
That's like a chick story.
Tom.
Did he die that night?
No, he did not die that night. No, he hung himself a few years later.
Oh, my God.
When people ask me, Chick,
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, everybody. I feel terrible.
what do you do it for? What do you? I do it for the kids, of course, and then stuff like that. That's why. That's why I get up every morning. That's why I come into work. That's why.
Wow. Well, speaking of museums and that sort of thing, before we get to sports, I thought that we.
It looks like the vacuum cleaner museum moved to Rolla. Is that how you say that?
Oh, yeah.
Rolla, Missouri?
Rolla?
Yeah, that's where my that's where my older brother was born. Yeah.
How do you spell Rolla?
Rolla.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not Rolla?
Nope. Rolla.
R-O-L-L-A, Rolla.
Just in case you were.
So the vacuum cleaner museum is
Apparently,
still
the
around?
man owned two places, and he apparently is
Now, I went to the vacuum museum in Rolla. I didn't care for it, though. The whole time I was in there, I thought the phone was ringing. That's kind of a joke, right? The vacuum, every time you...
know, it is kind of a joke. That's exactly what it is.
I ran through my mind going, okay, am I just too stupid to be getting this? What is
that happens when you blow dry your hair, too.
Yeah,
Not that you guys would know that. But
Ring, yeah, you go, what the...
You don't have that time when you vacuum? Did I hear the phone?
Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason, you think you hear the phone?
You don't have that happen?
I think there was. I
don't have a phone. I mean, I have a cell phone.
A third of a joke there.
I got your joke. I thought it was funny.
Maybe like a fourth. I'm going to say 25% joke.
The third of it was the part where you're saying to yourself, "Oh, this might be a joke coming," and then that was it.
Hey, man, you only
Big debate.
shots,
man.
Remember when everybody's phone rang the same way, and now big debate on how you want your phone to ring.
Classic phone.
We have here we have the classic. The track phone hotline phone rings like this.
That's how mine rings.
By the way, don't answer that. There's no one there. I can just tell you.
Does your phone ring like that?
Mine, I have the old-fashioned ring on my phone, yeah.
Tom? He has no idea.
Mine doesn't ring. It's just a buzz. It's just a vibrate thing.
My
well,
phone,
if you turn it on, it will ring.
I never have
my
it
phone
on.
rings like this. I think it'll ring.
I never have it on.
Oh, boy.
I like that.
That's like annoying sounds, huh?
Yeah, that's right. See, it gets my attention. See, that's my phone ring. Or I could go to this one. What do you think?
Well, far too.
Sounds like a business.
Oh, wait a minute! I am getting a call. Hang on, this is confusing.
I love that. Hi, your call is important to us, but if it was important, we would have answered it.
Yeah,
going to answer it, though.
Okay. Before we get to sports, and I know we've got some exciting stuff. Christy,
okay, you know what we've got now? Running joke, not getting to sports. I love it.
Okay. The point was that we mentioned that we've got some museums out there. Of course, most of them have to be closed, but a lot of zoos right now are closed. They're struggling to get enough money to feed the animals in some cases. And I forget which one it is, where they just opened up the cages and let nature take its course.
They did not do that, Tom.
Boy, that'd be fascinating.
He's making that up.
That zebra is a sitting duck.
Oh, boy.
When the lions climbed over the point is...
I always wondered why the lion cage was right next to the zebras. That seemed mean to me.
The point is that some of the pandas...
Yeah, in Calgary, there's a problem.
Because almost all pandas are on loan, right? China owns them all, and then they loan them to various places, and
that is
people
correct.
come to see them.
I got to see them in the San Diego Zoo once. They don't do much, pandas. They just kind of sit.
Well, most zoo animals don't do a lot.
No, some do.
I remember spending about an hour waiting to see if that was a gorilla statue or an actual functioning gorilla. The point is, though, that the pandas from which zoo are being sent back?
The Calgary Zoo. They are apparently going to ship their giant pandas back to China because they're unable to import bamboo during the pandemic. With the coronavirus-induced flight disruptions, the zoo has been unable to get the fresh bamboo it needs to feed Ershun and Damao, who are on loan from China.
Named after Mao Zedong?
I don't know. Maybe. Zoo
that
president.
one's the male. The Mao, we named them.
And the fowl. The female.
Yeah.
Zoo president, and these are the first pandas that don't have the double ling-ling, wing-wing, ding-ding names.
Huh.
Zoo president.
Only the male has the dong-dong. I think we all know that.
Christy, do you have a double dong-dong?
No, not into that. Zoo president and CEO Clement Lanier said the pandas refused to eat the substandard bamboo that they have on hand. So they're asking the Canadian and Chinese governments to expedite the permitting process to ship the animals back as soon as possible.
Is the bamboo that different?
I don't know. I've never been to China, and I haven't tasted their bamboo.
Let me ask you this: how do they make bamboo cotton? What is that? What's all that about?
Yeah, I like bamboo sheets.
I like bamboo cotton.
Me
I just
too.
want to know if it's a name or is it actually made with bamboo so it's better and stronger.
I have no idea. But bamboo's pretty easy to grow.
Yeah, very easy. It will take over your garden, by the way, FYI. You got to be real careful.
Okay.
Where you
No bamboo sounds like the name of a... Sounds like when that plane crashed. Remember that? And they had the false report.
Yes.
Bang, ding, ow. No bamboo. But now, Pat, you've got a song about the bamboo problem?
I've written a little Asian folk song for this story.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, here we go. They're shipping pandas back to China from the Calgary Zoo, 'cause there's no bamboo. The panda diet consists entirely of the shoots and leaves of the dry bamboo. No bamboo. They'd eat bamboo for breakfast, bamboo for lunch, munch it raw or in a bamboo stew, steamed like asparagus or grilled like octopus. The bottom of Cajuns lined with bamboo do. They're shipping pandas.
What accent is this?
I have no idea. I'm just I'm workshopping this. They're shipping pandas who only eat bamboo. They should train the panda to eat other things too. Try the crab rangoon or the poo-poo platter, but don't touch the bat from Wuhan. Wild wings, no bamboo. No bamboo for you. No bamboo.
Again,
That must be art, because I spent half the time boy, this is awful. That must be art, right?
I can't pinpoint that accent.
I can't either.
Oh, I love it. Inoffensive.
Was there a tune?
Nondescript.
I guess there was a tune. Was there a tune?
Of course.
Okay.
Were you
What's wrong
listening?
with you,
Of course
chick?
there was a
You
tune.
got to listen to the notes he's not playing.
Okay.
It's like Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that song.
What if that's the only thing that they eat? There's no Purina bamboo chow? Or
I don't think so. I think they eat bamboo. That's
So
it.
what do mommy and daddy pandas say to their kids? Hey, if you don't eat your bamboo, you don't get your bamboo for dessert.
I guess.
If you don't eat your bamboo, you can't have any bamboo. How could you have any bamboo if you don't eat your bamboo?
See, what's wrong with me? That's awful too. I don't know.
Maybe you just don't like the word bamboo.
Yeah, I don't think I like.
Do you know
the
how
word
they
bamboo.
ship them?
Yeah.
Ship what? The pandas?
Yeah.
In a big cage in a plane?
In a bamboo cage?
No, by train.
Wow.
Oh.
What am I going to do? I've got to get this box to Los Angeles by tomorrow.
So just FedEx it.
Are you kidding? It's too big.
Well, then overnight it by train.
By train. All the way across the country overnight. Are you crazy?
No, pal, he's not crazy. The famous Norfolk and Winston Railroad has just merged with WayPal Delivery Services. Together, our new company will revolutionize the overnight delivery business. Ask for us by name. We're...
Hold it. You're telling me you can get this 2,000-pound package from New York to L.A. overnight by train?
Norfolk and WayPal, overnight. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and Way, pal. We are gonna do it.
When you go by rail, no package is too large. And we'll get it there overnight.
Norfolk and Way, pal.
That's the name. We do it by train, cross country, by rail, overnight. There's Norfolk and Way, pal.
Here at the Bronx Zoo, we actually shipped Washoe the gorilla to the San Diego Zoo overnight. We had to pry his eyes open on the West Coast, but he's fine now. Absolutely, positively.
Absolutely, positively, we will get you through it. There's Norfolk and Way, pal. We are gonna do it.
Ask for us by name, overnight by train. Norfolk and Way, pal. Norfolk, Virginia.
Yes.
A masterpiece.
Yeah, every Falk was reviewed by the FCC to make sure that L was in there.
Indeed.
You know, if you watch any newscasts from Norfolk,
yeah, they don't get the L in there.
They embrace the earthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they love it. They wear it like a badge of honor.
They should.
Yeah, it's theirs. They can say it any way they like.
That's how they ship those pandas. You want to give us the sports teaser?
NFL news coming up. We got lawsuits flying around. A kid catches a really big fish.
Really big.
and more about the Dennis Rodman adventure in NoCo with Kim Jong-un.
Okay.
And the vodka and the women and the thing.
That's it.
Yeah.
What a weird. I mean, that's like Rodman and Kim Jong-un. It just seems like.
Wouldn't that just be
That's the odd couple.
It'd be like if Jackie Robinson was having lunch with Mussolini.
Yeah, it's like an uncomfortable evening.
How did those two?
You have to laugh at everything, and you don't know what's going on. And
Because you don't want to die.
No.
Yeah, there's that. We'll find out about that in just a second. I want to remind you about our buddies at Harry's. Harry's Razors, now's the time to get one. This is the best offer ever from Harry's, and especially you don't want to be going to the drugstore to pick up those replacement blades. Harry's is a pretty simple idea. What if we made really great high-quality blades and charged about half as much as the other guys? And what if we delivered them right to your doorstep? Well, 10 million guys have learned that's the way to go. The Harry's trial set now at the lowest price ever just to get you to try it if you use the code Bob and Tom when you go to harrys.com. I had a great shave this morning, and again, I emphasize the blades are great. You know that. But the design is the key. Design very underrated in our culture. A lot of terrible design out there, but Harry's, they really did it right. They've got the perfect weighted handle. Right now you get the razor with the beautiful weighted handle, the foaming shave gel, the travel cover for $3 plus free shipping. How much is the shipping, Josh?
That free shipping is free.
Thank you. That's why they called it free shipping. Thank you very much. You go to harrys.com. The code is Bob and Tom. Super convenient. The blade refills delivered right to your door. You can get this done right now. You don't have to go to the drugstore and get in line.
He wants to put a ring and a string on the back of your neck. So when he pulls it, you say, free shipping.
Okay.
Well, he calls on me, but then he acts like he's put off when I answer.
And then you answer as fast as you can.
I don't know what to do about it.
It's harrys.com.
It's irritating.
What if I give you a different question?
Okay.
You go to harrys.com, and then what is the code?
That code would be what you type in order to get the deal.
Yeah, there it is. That's it. It's just that easy.
Yeah.
The code is Bob and Tom.
Oh.
Turn your ears up, you idiot. Thanks to our buddies at Harry's. $3 plus free shipping. The code is Bob and Tom, harrys.com. I had a great shave this morning. I can't tell you what a great razor it is. You're going to have to believe me in this.
Also,
$3. Give it a shot.
Also in sports coming up, I'm going to make every golfer listening feel a little bad.
Oh, really?
A little bad.
Don't do that. Make them feel
a little
good.
bad.
Okay.
You're just not up to stuff, people.
Also coming up, ESP and asparagus.
I knew that.
In the same story.
That makes your ESP smell bad.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Write that down. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law. Hi, man, this is Donnie Biker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
When he's not joining us on the Bob and Tom Show to have a weekly quiz for Tom, comedian Al Jackson can be heard on Daily Blast Live, a syndicated television show seen perhaps in your market and across the country on the television. It's a morning show, but generally we're listening to the Bob and Tom Show. But today you can do both. Al Jackson with a quiz for Tom on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. It's Thursday, May 14th.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. A person familiar with the decision tells the Associated Press that the NFL has extended its virtual offseason workouts through the end of May. NFL teams normally would be holding OTAs during May, followed by June mini camps. Those activities are being done remotely due to the pandemic. Florida is willing to be a restart site for professional sports leagues when play resumes following shutdowns caused by the new coronavirus. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said yesterday he's welcoming all pro sports for practicing and playing, although he couldn't guarantee the fans would be permitted. And lawyers for the XFL owner Vince McMahon have argued in court filings that he was justified in firing league CEO Oliver Luck last month, just before the football operation shut down. Luck has filed a federal lawsuit last month over his April 9th termination, alleging the wrestling magnate breached their contract. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ace Cosby joke of the day. Ace.
This was jokes, observation.
Yeah.
There was this doctor. He went to the same bar every day and ordered a walnut daiquiri. A daiquiri with walnut. The bar ran out of walnuts one day.
Oh.
So they had to use hickory nuts.
Ooh.
The doctor tasted it and goes, "This isn't a walnut daiquiri." He goes, "No, it's a hickory daiquiri, doc."
Wow, I love that.
I did too.
It's a hickory down.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
First, there were rabbit ears. Then clumsy roof-mounted antennas. After that, there was cable. And finally, the new DSS satellite dish offering hundreds of channels. But still, there's nothing on. That is to say, there's nothing on when you want to see shows where the women have nothing on. Hi, I'm Bob Kaboyan. And I used to be just as frustrated as you, shelling out cable fees hand over fist. Well, guess what? Now that fist is freed up for other things. Thanks to my new double DSS Erect TV satellite system. It's custom programming aimed at you, the discriminating viewer. Thanks to my new perfectly formed 38-inch twin satellite dishes. Whoever said smaller is better must be a homo. For a mere $69 a month, you'll receive my own personal choices of the best programming available. Disappointed in your premium channel movie fare? Why waste your money on Cinemax when you can get all the most stacked actresses, all nude, all the time on Skinemax? Or ready for more action? Try our most begged for premium channel, HBJ. For instance,
Tonight on HBJ, it's George Burns, John Denver, and Marilyn Chambers in Oh God, Oh God, plus the hilarious classic Bad News Bears, I'm Pregnant.
like the classic old black and white stag films, don't miss Nook at Night. Or for you ladies, Nickelodeon. Does your alternative lifestyle leave you hanging when it comes to adult programming? Well, with double DSS, we're an equal opportunity provider.
Tonight on Gay Boy After Dark, it's the classic When Harry Met Billy.
I'll have what he's having.
Followed by the hilarious Ernest Goes Both Ways.
Not queer, you say? No need to fret. How about catching up on all the day's events reported by totally topless anchor women? Tune in to Skin NN's Headlight Nudes. It's around the globes in 30 minutes.
This is Skin NN.
C-SPAN covers Congress, but we also cover the UN, focusing on women's politics. It's Congress United Nations Television. It's CUN TV.
That's Bob Kavoyan's double DSS, perfectly formed twin 38-inch dishes featuring satellite programming from USOB.
645 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Little update in that forecast, Miss Christie.
Sure. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We have scattered thunderstorms in the forecast this afternoon. Look for a high of 80. Scattered thunderstorms overnight, low 60. And
Scattered thunderstorms. Boom, boom, boom.
We have more of them tomorrow.
Don't blame the rain on the CarX, man.
Go, Daddy, go.
Thunderstorms possible tomorrow, high 72.
72.
It's 55 right now.
Hey, Christy.
Yes?
Are you wearing pointy shoes?
Sure I am.
Oh, good. Can you come in here and kick him in the crotch?
Oh, I'd love to.
You
And by
can't get
him,
that
I mean,
close to me.
Your
Your legs aren't 6 feet long, are they?
No, God, no.
Okay, thank you very
You'd
much.
be a freak.
Cash coming up. Pay attention. Okay. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on a bunch of great radio stations. So happy to be here. If you're listening on, what is it, Alexa? One of those things.
Order a canoe.
Thank you very much. Where'd this canoe come from? Don't do that. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. You can reach us, Bob and Tom, at bobandtom.com. Have some great letters here. Coming up, a little bit of Mr. Obvious. We'll get to some sports shortly. Of course, that comes to you from the crazycockwine.com sports desk starring Chick McGee. Through the glass, Miss Christy Lee, Miss the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
So
That's
happy
Pat
to be
Godwin over there. I enjoyed that song very much, Pat.
Thank you. Me too.
A little tribute to the panda bears that are being
Chick hated it.
exiled.
Yeah, I heard.
You know, possibly I was a little harsh.
That's all right. That's all right. You're okay with it.
He did not mean to be
expense of comedy. I possibly.
Well, the expense of that comedy was free.
Yeah.
And you know what they say.
That's right.
You get what you pay for.
Worth every penny.
Let's see. That man chuckling over there is the
driving it home.
Handsome and delightful Josh Arnold, of course.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
At the OrangeInsoles.com sidekick desk. And
before we get to sports,
our
we have
engineer
to-
is Ace Cosby.
We have to turn the fan. Oh man! Blow the
Poison air out of here.
Oh, yeah. That feels good.
Tom's losing it.
Well, it's airborne. I don't know where you guys have been heavily breathing.
Oh, phew.
Probably in some elevator.
See, as you
at Plague Central.
Everyone, as you might imagine, not only do we all have to deal with our lives changing,
Yes. Sure, yeah,
in the
lots.
real world, when we come in here, we have to deal with the pandemic and Tom and his litany of, well, this and that, and have you heard this? Have you seen this? Well, oh my God, good luck to you.
Can you imagine how much more relaxed you'd be if you turned off the TV and quit reading the news when you got off work?
Well, as they say, ignorance is bliss. Until it kills you.
That's right.
That's why you're watching the news.
Oh, there you go. That's it. Yeah, of course.
Isn't it all just speculation? Aren't you tired of it?
Wild speculation?
When a fact comes out, I'll go ahead and listen.
Okay, very good. Or when one of your friends' bodies comes by.
That depends on who it is.
Brought it right home.
There you go.
Josh.
That's the spirit. Well, he's dead, but he deserved to die. That's the spirit we want to have.
Hey, you golfer, listen real close. Anthony Griggs, a 60-year-old Army veteran, is among the newcomers at the Golf Week Amateur Tour. He went on to win the D flight at the Whirlwind Golf Club at Wild Horse Pass in Chandler, Arizona, shooting an 84. Why are you talking about this?
Why are we talking about this?
Well, Griggs, a Gary, Indiana native, remarkably used only a putter during the entire round. Wow. For every shot.
Shot an 84?
According to Golf Week. He moved to Arizona in 2001, started using a putter while playing after he lost interest in the sport. It was suggested by a friend that he used the putter to increase the difficulty. Griggs was set to use a Scotty Cameron putter for the tournament, which runs, about $400. Oh, it's a very nice putter.
It sure is, yeah.
And on the traditional golf equipment websites, however, he broke that one while practicing.
Oh.
So Griggs went to a nearby Goodwill store and bought a Wilson staff putter for $2.99.
Nice.
He used that for the event. He won it by 6 strokes, shooting an 84 with just a putter. He also made a birdie during his round.
Wow.
Nobody else listed in the top 11 recorded a birdie.
That's amazing.
He played at other events around the state, Arizona, before, including the Waste Management pre-qualifier.
You can drive a golf ball with a putter, as my friend Jason showed me once at a miniature golf course.
And
I believe he looked at us and said, "Watch this."
Had he had it with your shenanigans?
No, but
thank you very much.
Especially those big-headed putters now that they have. I would
That's
think.
still pretty tough.
Sure,
Of course
yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
How do you chip with a putter?
How do you get in the fairways with a putter? I can't do it with a 3-wood.
How fun. He must have been having a ball when he realized he was doing fairly well.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Not to mention, he doesn't have to lug that bag around. Does he have a caddy? He approaches the shot. Well, we're about 100 yards away. What do you suggest?
Well, you see a
I'd use the
guy-
putter again, sir. Here. I just polished it.
You see guys with drivers and like a 5-wood and their putter all the time, wandering around, just with the 3 clubs.
That's cool, but I mean, that's tough. Good for him.
Yeah.
We're going to break away from sports as long as possible and check in right now.
What happened?
With the fabulous Mr. Obvious.
Heidi ho, welcome once again to the Mr. Obvious Show. I'm, of course, your affable host, Mr. Obvious. Shall we take a call? Hello, Mr. Obvious Show.
Hello, is this Mr. Obvious?
It is, caller, but I'm having kind of a hard time hearing you.
Oh, man, this is so great talking to you, Mr. Obvious. I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller.
Well, I'm certainly glad you called. Not to belabor the point, caller, but it is difficult to hear you. Can you speak up?
Yeah, Mr. Obvious. I was saying I'm a long-time listener and a first-time caller. Like, get over here across the street where it might be favor.
Get across the street. What's going on, caller?
Okay, I can speak up a little bit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that is, I can indeed. That's much better. Now, what's going on, caller?
Oh, man, Mr. Obvious, I had to cross the street to get away from the bank.
The bank. Okay, now what's wrong with the bank, caller?
Well, Mr. Obvious, I think it's being robbed.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my land. Well, did you call 911, caller? My goodness.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if I should call the police or if I should confront the robbers.
No, don't confront them. Of course you shouldn't confront them. They could be armed, caller.
Armed? You think so, Mr. Obvious?
Well, do I think they could be armed? Of course they could. That's what robbers do. They carry around guns or knives or bombs, and they rob people.
Yikes. Sure glad I didn't confront them then.
Yeah. Is the robber still in there?
Robbers, Mr. Obvious. There's more than one. There's a whole bunch of them.
Goodness,
Oh,
more
no.
than one. Well, how many, caller?
Oh, gosh, I saw at least 4 or 5 of them.
Okay, would you be able to identify them to the police?
I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Obvious. They're all wearing masks.
Masks? You mean like pantyhose masks?
That's a good one, Mr. Obvious. That's funny.
No, I'm not being funny. Robbers often wear pantyhose over their heads to disguise their features.
Huh? I'll be darned.
Yeah.
No, these fellas weren't wearing pantyhose. They were wearing those masks like you might see a doctor wear. And the robbers, most of them were also wearing gloves. I assume keep from leaving fingerprints everywhere.
Masks and gloves, caller?
Yep. Oh, another thing. This might help. They all seem like they were spaced about 6 feet apart from each other. The gang.
Oh, my land, caller. Those people are not robbing the bank.
And not robbing the... How do you know?
Caller, they're protecting themselves from the coronavirus by covering their noses and mouths and wearing gloves.
You don't say.
And as a matter of fact, you should be doing the same, caller.
Me? I'm not going to be going in the bank, Mr. Obvious.
No, it's not just the bank where you need the protection. You should practice being safe at the post office, the grocery store, wherever you might come in contact with people. You should be wearing a mask and gloves.
A mask and gloves?
Uh-huh.
Well, I never made a connection.
Don't you watch the news, caller? How could you not know?
Oh, gosh, no, I haven't seen the news for a while, Mr. O. I've been binge watching that Tiger King show ever since my boss told me not to come into work.
Oh, well, like a lot of people, you must be working from home.
No, he fired me. There was something called incompetence, which I don't get. I hardly ever took bathroom breaks or anything.
Okay, caller, it pains me, but we're going to have to go right now.
Oh, okay. Mr.
Yes, caller?
You're a lifesaver.
Well, it sounds like you took my advice and put on your mask. I'm proud of you, caller, for taking heed during these unusual and trying times.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Mr. I didn't have a mask with me, but luckily this fella in front of me at the store sneezed into his handkerchief and dropped it on the ground.
Goodbye, caller. Until next time, this is Mr. Obvious saying so long.
Thanks, Mr. Obvious. Yeah, you might want to toss that kerchief.
So long, buddy.
Never understood the handkerchief.
I'm with you.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. Why would you
want to carry
do
your
that?
boogers around all day and then fold it neatly?
And then put it in the wash?
And then offer it to someone.
Yeah.
Well,
By the
it
way,
was-
to continue with our theme, my friend Gary was a big handkerchief guy.
Now, what is?
Oh, really? Gary was?
Yeah.
He's dead now. Okay, let's just move on.
Was it handkerchief related?
No, it was horrible.
And whenever they offer you the handkerchief, they go, it's clean. But like you wouldn't offer a dirty handkerchief.
Yeah, my grandpa
to
was a
someone.
handkerchief guy. Didn't make any
mine
sense.
too. Yeah, I think it's a different era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but...
Maybe the Kleenex people hadn't perfected it yet.
By the way, I want to congratulate the Kleenex people for making the greatest delivery system for Kleenex. I know it's
right out of the box?
Yeah, I had to, during the so-called Kleenex shortage, I had to buy some off-brand Kleenex. I'm not joking. I opened it up. wrestled with it for a while and yanked all of it out in one tug.
You're absolutely right. Whoever designed the folding and the
they got it.
Oh my God,
Worth whatever the extra 20 cents. It's worth it.
Yes,
it's that woman. She's a genius, Kimberly Clark. She's incredible.
Weren't you married to her, Pat?
Yeah,
I think I was.
Yeah, Kimberly.
When we come back, we'll try to stall and not do any more sports. You got another song for us, Pat?
Sure.
Good.
Son of a.
And we've got we've got bathroom breaks that'll require a pass.
And we have fake boobs and muscles for those Zoom dates, if you'd like.
Nice. We'll get to all that. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Al Jackson on the way on a Thursday. A nice quiz for Tom. Get him a little more street, a little more urban, a little more hip, a little more Al Jackson-like. On the way on a Thursday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The U.S. immunologist who says he lost his government job because he warned the Trump administration to prepare for the coronavirus pandemic is not backing off his bleak forecast. Dr. Rick Bright is preparing to tell Congress that America faces the darkest winter in modern history unless its leaders act decisively to prevent a rebound of the coronavirus. Bright is set to appear today before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The president, meanwhile, called on governors across the nation to work to reopen schools closed because of the coronavirus, pointedly taking issue with Dr. Anthony Fauci's caution against moving too quickly and sending students back to class. The president said, I think we should open the schools. Absolutely. Our country's got to get back, and it's got to get back as soon as possible. And you've heard of wedding ceremonies. Well, welcome to the age of the wedding minimony. It's what couples restricted by the coronavirus restrictions cobble together to celebrate their weddings. Rather than opting to cancel, couples are deciding to tie the knot either alone or with some local loved ones at a safe social distance, of course, or stream the ceremony through the internet. In some cases, couples plan to reschedule larger celebrations when the COVID-19 crisis ease. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Listen up, fellas. This is just for you. It's the brand new dance where you drop your pants.
There's a new craze. It's a sensation. Every guy is doing it across the nation. First thing you do, take off your clothes. Get ready to strut. Get ready to pose. Grab your package, tuck it away. Between your legs is where you want it to stay. Do the badge.
The badge. Come on, give it a whirl.
Do the badge.
The badge. Pretend that you're a girl.
Do the badge.
The badge. You're a macho punk.
Do the badge.
The badge. Nobody sees your junk.
Make sure it's not. They cut a rug. Do the badge.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic.
Your friends will laugh, 'cause it's so funny. You look like a hairy Playboy bunny. Look
you can't see your gherkin.
To the badge.
The badge. Show your buddies in the shower.
To the badge.
The badge. 'Cause you've got badge power.
Your friends will say you must be gay. To the badge.
Use your imagination.
Don't do the twist. Don't do the hustle.
Do the badge and hide that love muscle.
Forget the rumba and the Macarena.
Just boogie down without your genitalia.
To the badge.
The badge. It's better than a tango.
To the badge.
The badge. No wonder where your wango.
To the badge.
The badge. To the back we see your hiney.
To the badge.
The badge. In the front you've got a giny.
For a big surprise, tuck it between your thighs.
Do the badge.
Honk, honk. 7:02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We'll have showers early, windy thunderstorms this afternoon, high 80. Scattered storms overnight, low 60. And then thunderstorms again tomorrow, high 72. 55.
Love the thunderstorm.
Me too. Love them.
And we determined now it's the new the CarX theme song.
That's right.
Scattered thunderstorms. Boom, boom, boom. Don't blame it on the CarX, man.
I love it.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Now, don't forget you've got your shot at $1,000 coming this hour, so pay close attention. Also, I want to say thanks to my buddy Dr. Lanter, Dr. Earl Lanter, getting things back up and running because your eyes still need to work, right? You talk about essential. Now, Ace and I both have we have a lot in common, of course. We both ski. We both had Dr. Lanter fix our eyes with something called multifocal lenses inserted inside our eyes by Dr. Lanter at Lanter Eye Care. Check out his Facebook page. And Chick McGee, of course, had the traditional LASIK surgery.
Distance vision correction. I sure did.
And that's become perfected by Dr. Lanter. If you've got eye issues, have him check you out. He also found that I had a detached retina that involved some pretty elaborate fixes.
But that goes with your personality.
Thank you. Detached. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I consider that a compliment, even though it came from down below. Now, we'll move forward here. Dr. Lanter, check out his Facebook page, Lanter, Dr. Lanter, because they are up and running once again. You got to take care of those eyes. You talk about essential. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. We are everywhere. Worldwide on American Forces Radio, worldwide on YouTube right now, streaming out there on great radio stations all over the place, and also on American Forces Radio. Once again, happy to be here. We being our engineer, Ace Cosby, Chick McGee at the sports desk, Josh over there, and that's Christy behind the glass, because there's just four of us in the big room. Pat Godwin, the man, the guitar, the musician, is in the studio dubbed by Christy the Around the Corner, the Fudge is Made studio. Because he is indeed around the corner and he's
right around
in a different building, and he is also across from the men's room, which is propped open right now, so we don't have to touch tainted door handles.
So do you and Pat talk when you're going to the bathroom?
Yes,
we do. I bet you do.
Just had a little chat just now.
Man. We were watching.
Oh, you're at the urinal and you're yelling back and forth?
Yes.
Yep. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
You can't leave each other alone.
So I would imagine you don't hit the water, you just hit the porcelain so that you can
No,
talk
it's a stand-up urinal.
Right, but you can you can aim up.
I think it's nice that you two rely on
keep it a quieter.
You're each other's friend.
Well, he's facing the other way. I mean, it's not like
It's not like he's looking at you, right?
Enjoy the show.
Yeah.
You come in, stuff it back in your
And
pants.
we were discussing a news story from yesterday, actually. Chrissy, do you have one about the...
I have sports. It's raring to go.
It's very
I have
exciting.
everything from yesterday. What are we looking for?
Christy, what do you got?
The
You're
lady,
not helping.
the lady who designed she designed a face mask
right here.
that has
Look,
a
it's
hole
right
for
on top.
cocktails.
Yep.
Can you read that again?
Yes, face mask to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Everybody's got them, and people are finding certain activities are not conducive to wearing a mask, like eating and drinking. Not yet ready to give up an occasional cocktail outdoors? Well, Ellen Mockhomer has designed a face mask that features a small slot for sipping cocktails through a straw.
She said small slot.
That's where you're going. And of course, my problem with this was I'm surprised she hasn't been attacked by the politically correct for police because she's using a straw.
Yeah.
You know, God forbid she saves her own life, but takes out a turtle when she uses a straw for her margarita glory hole.
He's on the wrong side of history.
Wrong side.
There's also the mask.
I think as a culture we can figure out a way to properly dispose of straws.
Well, we haven't.
Well, we can. I'll do it.
Can we fix the virus first?
He's going to do it.
Yeah, we take pencil sharpening technology and build a machine where you throw plastic straws in it. It grinds them up and turns them into little
and then
balls
gets into
of
the water
plastic.
table and then poisons.
No, we make them
all
big
the-
enough so the fish can't eat them. I don't care. God, I hate those plastic straws. And you can get a pasta straw. Well, that's what I needed. I wanted to have a delicious soda water with it, just a hint of rigatoni.
Starch.
God, I'm so
Suck
tired of
anything
it.
through a strand of pasta, your head will cave in. I mean, come on.
Remember, I bought you a straw that you can carry around with you on your keychain.
So that's convenient.
Solid.
And then it just picks up the spirochetes in the air. It's
It
like
has
a
a brush.
bacteria.
See, this goes back-
bacteria
We
festival.
go right back to my original point. You don't want to be better. You don't want to improve. What's
my
wrong?
No,
goodness.
I just don't want to improve that way. I don't want to be told what to do, and you can't have a straw anymore. I've got little girl. You take your little girls out to lunch, and we'd like the girls would like smoothies. Oh, now they can spill them all over their laps. Okay,
What's
thanks.
wrong with a paper straw?
They're awful. They collapse. They start tasting them. They're terrible. I'd go eat at a restaurant called Plastic Straws and
Or Us.
We Kill Small Animals. So you can eat them.
My God.
Can't stand it anymore.
Tom.
So what do you think about this, Pat? I know what I wanted to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Now, you are a very single guy right now. You're doing a great job with your son. You've been taking him
Trying my best,
solo lately, and you're spending all your days doing the homeschooling with him. Bravo to you. But
Yes.
you are a man. You have manly needs that have been put on that have been put on hold.
He does.
That have been put on hold, shall we say?
Yes.
By hold, you know what you're holding.
He's holding it. Is what we.
The larger point here is, you were telling me that you've kind of got the twitch there. You got the thing for some gal at Kroger.
Well, I wrote the song and I sort of fudged some of the details. I might as well be honest because Chick likes me to be honest.
I would love you to be honest.
This is a girl from CVS. I didn't want to say drugstore because Tom's going to get crazy. What'd you go to a drugstore for? But the truth is,
You went to a drugstore, then went back to my old house.
See?
Yep.
You have to buy Band-Aids. You got to buy some stuff that you
Sure.
can only get at a drugstore.
You
and
can't
prescriptions.
tell Tom anything, Pat. You
I know,
that.
but the truth is, you can go in there. We're close to where I live, that CVS, and there's this blonde girl, and this song is sort of based in truth. And I did have a Bob and Tom hat on one day. She goes, "Oh, Bob and Tom." I goes, I'll sing for you in a couple of days. That kind of thing.
How'd that go?
Well, let's see how it goes right now. This is a song for her. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Are you the pubic hair song guy?
Oh, boy.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. This is for her.
Nice chord.
Your hair is blonde and your eyes are blue. I'm guessing the rest of you is pretty too. You wear that mask with such style and grace. I can't wait to see your face. Can't wait to see your face. There's a slight chance that I'm way off base. You could have a liver spotted, gin blossomed, hairy mole, pimple covered pizza face, or a smile with lots of empty space. A mug only Picasso would trace. You could win a steeplechase, but I can't wait to see your face.
Oh, that's so good. That is so good. Hey, what would it be like if Bruce Springsteen were singing the last part of that?
All right, here we go. A mug only Picasso would trace. I could win a steeplechase. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see her.
I heard Bono did a version.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Well, actually, I know that's not true. Randy Newman, of course, did it.
Oh, I see.
Really?
Yeah, Randy Newman did it. Yeah. This is like torturing Frank Caliendo. Do Ted Knight. Do Ted Knight.
Na 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 na.
I would like to see your face. Short pimples and A mustache.
You got a mask on your face. You got a mask
on your face.
Okay, let's cram in a sports story. What do you got over there?
A person familiar with the decision says NFL has extended its virtual offseason workouts through the end of May. NFL teams normally would be holding OTAs during May, followed by the mini camps next month. Those activities being done remotely due to the pandemic. Coaches and training staffs have worked with the players by conducting classroom instruction and on-field activities through digital applications with Zoom and stuff. Florida willing to be a restart site for professional sports leagues when play resumes following shutdowns. That's from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, which means the Santas. He said yesterday,
I hear the Santa is coming to town.
Is he?
Oh,
welcoming all pro
Did you know that when he
sports-
wrote this memo, there's a clause in there. I guess you're familiar with the Santa's clause.
Of course, yeah.
There's no such thing as the Santa's Claus. PGA Tour will test players, caddies, and key staff for the virus once a week when tournaments resume next month. Everyone at the golf course will have their temperature taken every day as the tour tries to show it can restart its season with minimal risk. Of course, when the temperatures are taken, they'll be given right back. Lawyers for XFL owner Vince McMahon have argued in court filings that he was justified in firing the league CEO Oliver Luck last month. The Dickensian named Luck was fired just before the football operation shut down. Luck filed a federal lawsuit last month over his April 9th termination, alleging the wrestling magnate breached their contract. Attorneys for McMahon argued Wednesday Luck was fired for cause, and if he's not continue to be fired, we're going to hit him with a chair. In part because he failed to devote his business time to XFL duties, is what they're saying.
I see.
Oh.
Come on.
I know.
Is it all these courts? Is this all being done with virtual? I mean, is it all?
I believe so. I mean, even the Supreme Court
Zoom.
Well, they
heard
all
oral arguments via.
They used to, yeah. Before when things were quote unquote normal, they had perpetrators on video and things from the
time. Okay, wow. Okay,
I have a friend
we
who's
have
a
to
judge
take a
who
break here.
hasn't
Coming up, we have
Dennis Rodman, Bobby Kraft, darts, and a really big fish.
Really big fish.
Really big fish. Right here on our stage, a really big fish.
Oh, that was good.
Coming up, also an update on that kid that was
The Lambo kid?
Yeah, the little kid he took his parents' car. Was he like 5 or something?
Yeah, going to drive to California to buy a Lambo. Yeah.
We got an update on him.
Okay.
The punishment continues. But first, I want to remind you that speaking of great cars, you got one, right? You got to keep it running right now because you are essential. No matter what it is you're doing or not doing, you got to be able to get at least to the store, and we hope to work. Napa Auto Parts cares about that. That's why they've done their best to make sure that you can keep your car or your truck running, serving all the great people out there at Napa Auto Parts stores. And, of course, Napa Auto Care Centers, where they'll do the work for you. And the best, NapaOnline.com. If you've got some downtime and want to get some work done on the car, NapaOnline.com is the place to go deliver those parts right to you. So if you're heading to the store on your way to work or just trying to get home safely, Napa here to provide quality parts and superior service to everybody on the road. Napa Auto Parts stores, Napa Auto Care Centers, and, of course, NapaOnline.com. At every location, they've got Napa know-how. When we come back, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of, looks like, Donnie Baker. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, now would be a good time to head on over to bobandtomstore.com because for every dollar spent, every dollar goes directly to Feeding America. That's right. Buy a Bob and Tom hat, T-shirt, sweatshirt, and America's gets the benefit. That's right. Feeding America. A week ago, we had an emergency radiothon across the country. It raised just over $500,000 for Feeding America, and Tom said, let's send all the money from the store over and let's keep Feeding America. So buy now and buy often, and you too can help. A Bob and Tom hat's all it takes. bobandtomstore.com.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Melissa Etheridge says her son, Beckett Cipher, has died. She released a statement saying opioid addiction was behind Cipher's death. It read in part, quote, "Today I join the hundreds of thousands of families who've lost loved ones to opioid addiction." No other details were revealed. Cypher is one of 2 children Etheridge had with her former partner, Julie Cypher. Beckett was conceived with sperm from Rock and Roll Hall of Famer David Crosby. The musical about Michael Jackson will not debut on Broadway until next year because of the coronavirus outbreak. Performances of MJ will start March of 2021. Preview performances had been scheduled to start July 6th. Broadway producers have not announced when theaters will reopen, but refunds are being given for shows through September 6th. And Kevin Hart and Nick Jonas are helping to put a spotlight on those in the forefront of the fight against the coronavirus. Hart and Jonas will appear on the 8-episode documentary series Regular Heroes. The series has been running on Amazon Prime Video since May 8th, with new episodes available every Friday through June 26th. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Voices in my head told me that I love you. The voices in my head said you love me too. Yes, they do. You know they're always right. So I'm listening tonight to the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said we'll always be together. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They're coming crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said to stop my medication. The voices in my head said to jump the wall and run and buy a gun. You know they're always right, so I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me and you need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone. The voices in my head said to break in your apartment and hide under the bed, 'cause your love was just a lie. You too must die. So tonight I'll stalk. Tomorrow I'm insane, so my lawyer says I'll walk, 'cause I got voices in my head. Got voices in my head. Got voices in my head.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Now, do you have any animals?
I got 2 horses, about 15 chickens, dogs, cats.
So you are in the country, huh?
Yeah, gravel road, one-way gravel road.
Really?
Do you eat the chickens?
No, the eggs.
Ah.
My wife said she'd never kill one of the chickens.
Really?
But she doesn't have any problem scrambling up the kids.
7:19 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Sure do. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Occasional thunderstorms, high 80. It'll be windy today. Scattered storms overnight, low 60. And then more thunderstorms tomorrow, high 72. Thanks, CarX Thunder Boomer Guy. 55 now.
That's the new jingle.
What?
Scattered thunder showers. Boom, boom, boom.
Don't blame the CarX,
Don't blame
man.
the CarX, man.
What do you think? What do you think of this sound? How about that sound?
Amusing. I like
How
it.
about for a text?
What?
Yeah.
Can I sell this
I think so. I'd pay 99 cents.
for a text?
So when you get a text come in, it sounds like, okay.
It's Chick McGee doing it.
Yeah, and it's my mouth.
Okay.
Chick McGee
Well,
endorsed.
I don't know
Why
where that came
Why don't you
from.
go work on that? Sounds like
He's selling his
big,
mouth,
Big
huh?
winner. Okay.
You wouldn't sell your mouth if you could get a good price?
Not me.
I'd sell my mouth.
Oh, well, the bus station's open.
Well,
Go
of
back to
course
your old
you
ways.
would be dirty about it.
The point is, you have
hardworking
a
people
shot at some serious cash coming up. Be a winner on Q95 like Greenwood's Paul, Indy Scott, Rockville's Doug, et cetera, et cetera. And that's coming up shortly, I would say. Is that fair to say? And many, many times. Many, many times. Turn your ears up. That's what I'm telling you. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Here is, what is today? 14 May 2020. Quarantine continues.
This is me.
There you go. Me would be Chick McGee at the crazycockwine.com sports desk. This is Tom. I'm over here in the room with me. Two others. It's Josh at the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Ace Cosby's frantically writing his Ace Cosby joke of the day. Christy Lee's in the other room, the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Mr. Godwin is around the corner where the fudge is made.
I am.
In the other building with the TV cameras on. We're streaming this baby on YouTube. Want to remind you, by the way, a couple things. We have a contest out there right now. You can win yourself some great earbuds, the best ones, the E25s from Raycon that we've been talking about. They're about half the price of those other ones, and they're a lot better. And they've got plenty of bass. Just ask Snoop Dogg or Chick McGee. Want to win some Raycons? Go to bobandtom.com/contest. Also, by the way, I want to say the Bob and Tom store, that money that's coming in there, it's all going out to Feeding America. So if you've ever thought about maybe getting a cap or a shirt or whatever we got there, the bobandtomstore.com, we're donating that money to Feed America, a great program trying to help some folks that have some struggles right now due to all this complicated crap.
And a few people have posted photos of their new wares. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Send us your pictures of you and
Thank
your
you very
new...
much. And
Like that, yeah,
I'd
we
like to
have
be
got
congratulated. Anybody?
Well, for what?
What do you think I should be congratulated?
I don't know.
Haven't used the E word all morning.
That's right. You sure haven't.
I have not used the E.
Are they all dead?
The E word, eagle.
Oh.
Did they fly away?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But I do want to thank all the people that have been emailing me about how much they're enjoying the photographs of the Eagles.
The Eagle Mail.
Not the Eagles, the band, but the Eagles, the actual, the great, the American eagle, the beautiful bald eagles that they're right near the station. A friend of ours took some pictures of them, and a lot of fans of those in these times. In times like these, it's nice to see things like the Blue Angels and Eagles. American stuff. I'm sure you guys are probably at home eating your dim sum chow mein, reading Mao's Red Book, and all of your leftist, socialist,
compelling theories in that novel.
Yes, of course, you commies.
Home.
If it's good for me, it's good.
Boy, have we been windbagged! I'll tell you that right.
Oh boy, what happened?
This is in the. Boy, you know what? Jeremy sent this in, and this is a return to form for the windbag correspondent.
So do you want the intro then?
Why you gotta be such a windbag?
Dear moron.
I like this already.
Nice.
You mouth-breathing simpletons obviously don't understand proper handkerchief usage. You don't reuse a handkerchief like some uncultured swine blowing your nose into it and handing it to someone else. Handkerchiefs can only be shared if they are clean and unused. This is my favorite part. If someone gives you a fresh handkerchief because you are perspiring, let's say, you return it laundered, ironed, and folded into a square.
Wow! Why you gotta be such a windbag?
That's the new vice president of the Junior Windbag Study. Who is that again?
It's Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy.
I got another one.
I
don't know.
Well, again, we got into it. I just don't understand the concept, the handkerchief. It's disgusting. And as I said, my friend Gary always carried a handkerchief, and he's dead now. So
it's always a one. Here's another windbag. This is for Tom. Please inform Tom that it is possible to purchase reusable straws. Most of them I've seen are stainless steel.
I know.
Wash and use them as much as you want. If Tom would purchase some, then we wouldn't have to hear him complain like a child.
I bought him one.
About straws on such a regular
because it's so
basis.
convenient to go grab a quick lunch and walk in and whip out your stainless steel straw
Right
in
there
your
in your keychain, it unfolds like a.
No, this is a left wing,
like a cane,
politically correct conspiracy. I'm so sick of it.
What's happening? Hello,
I'm going to go as a plastic straw to Halloween next year.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, I'm the voice of reason at last.
Well, I hate to chime in and pick sides, but handkerchiefs, they can be reused. Just like rubbers, they got two sides for the same reason.
Donnie.
Well, that's enough from Donnie. We're done.
Man, you guys still quarantined where you are?
Yes.
Well, we are here, too. It's getting serious. I still can't get a haircut. It used to be business in the front and party in the back.
Right.
I look like a young Kid Rock. Now it's starting to throw a banger on both ends. It's growing out so much. My bangs get much longer. I'm like that one Allman brother that got sick. But I mentioned you guys, I've been busy watching that little ratatouille dog.
That Chihuahua?
Yes.
Yeah. My next door neighbor, Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was watching her sweater puppies instead. Swear to God. It's weird because she's a dirty blonde with set in natural hammers.
Yes.
But her sister, Dana, she barely got B cups and looks like that one lesbian in Oasis. But they are sisters. So, anyways, yesterday I decided I'm going to take little rat face for a walk. Do a good deed, see if, I could maybe wear it out because all it does is jap nonstop. It's like I'm house sitting Stephen A. Smith. So... I swear to God. I put his leash on him. We head out for the walk. Everything's going good. He ain't getting tangled in the leash like last time. Last time he looked like a sea turtle fighting a crazy straw. He's got way better with that. But then, of course, once we get a good mile and a half from home, Ratatouille decides he needs to cut weight right then and there. Oh, and this dog proceeds to drop one of the biggest mud darts I've ever seen. He lost more weight than Adele. It looked like I swear to God, like he gave birth to a steaming pig puppy right there on somebody's lawn.
Oh, God.
And spoiler alert, all of a sudden, this Karen runs out her front door holding the camcorder, screaming about how I better pick up my dog's crap or she's going to call the cops. And so I reach in my pocket and realize I gave my last baggie to my bass player, Boner, so he could keep his leftover pop brownies fresh. So now I've either got to run or raw dog it. So I'm humming Jesus Take the Wheel of myself, trying to drown out Karen. He's trying to rally the other neighbors to join her crusade against me. That's the thing with dogs. Dogs are fun and super cool to have until they decide to go mudding on you. And the fact remains, as a certified grown man, there ain't nothing more degrading than carrying another mammal's discharge.
I couldn't agree more.
I'd rather carry my side piece's purse at Bed Bath & Beyond than carry a dog's dung rocket around in a plastic bag. So, spoiler alert, there really ain't nothing worse than picking up a fresh steamer neither.
Yeah.
The kind where you can see the heat vapors coming off of it.
Yeah, we get it. Oh,
like when Peyton used to take his helmet off in the fourth quarter.
Sure.
And like they say, it ain't so much the humidity as it is the heat, humming through the bag. Feels like a hot, boiled, deviled egg. It's the worst hand warmer ever invented. I wonder if that's what Lewis and Clark did on their expeditions to avoid frostbite.
I doubt it.
I do too.
Anyway, so now I got this steamer sending out smoke signals. This random Karen on a cordless phone. Now two more neighbors staring at me. I felt like Clint Eastwood's in Pale Rider. It's amazing how the mind works under pressure, though. It just sort of hit me. I remembered I was wearing an old pair of sweat socks, and I just slid my lip and off my foot, scooped it up, and walked the rest of the way home looking like a homeless NFL kicker. I did learn a lesson, though. From now on, I'm only going to wear new socks when I walk this dog.
Why is that?
Well, that way if it goes down again, I got to worry about it seeping through the holes on the way back up. I swear to God, I left a longer evidence trail than O.J. at Bundy. It's the worst. I got to go.
All right, Donnie.
Hey, how about doing a sports story? Want to?
Okay.
Dennis Rodman has spilled some steamy secrets about his friendship with NOCO's leader, Kim Jong-un. That's what I call North Korea.
That's right.
NOCO. There's NOCO and SOCO. During an interview with Mike Tyson on his Hot Boxing podcast, the NBA legend Rodman said that he first met Kim, which was during the 2013 trip to Pyongyang with the Harlem Globetrotters. The dictator told Rodman, "We asked Michael Jordan to come, but he wouldn't. So we got you."
How about that?
After bonding over basketball, Rodman said Kim told him, "Let's have dinner tonight, a little karaoke and some vodka and some hotties and stuff like that." He said then, Rodman said they got drunk, Kim sang karaoke, and an 18-piece band of hot women appeared and only played the theme song from the 1978 TV show Dallas.
God, is that weird?
Are there words to this?
I don't think so.
So what did he do?
There's JR and Lucy and Bobby Ewing and
who shot him?
Who shot
That is
JR?
really weird.
Rodman said he suggested they learn some other music.
It's like a scene from a Wes Anderson movie.
So yes,
Yeah, oh,
it's
yeah,
so
absolutely.
weird.
Yeah.
It just that'd be the kind of thing you'd see in one of his movies. Right out of nowhere, this band of women comes in and starts playing this.
Play this
How bizarre.
Dallas. What the hell, right?
What a weirdo.
Did you say Dennis said, hey, maybe we could teach him some other stuff? Is that
Yep.
what?
And then Rodman said he suggested they learn other music. And
Like
when
the
he,
theme to Night Court?
he visited NoCo again, the band played all Dennis's requests.
Oh.
But it doesn't list what Dennis
I
requested.
was reading this. I've got it somewhere. They learned a bunch of Rolling Stones and other stuff.
Shame on Dennis Rodman for hanging out with this guy.
It says they learned the band learned Pearl Jam, Van Halen, and the Rolling Stones. God, that is so weird.
Yeah, his human rights record is.
Yeah, Rodman's a dirtbag for doing this.
And bidding on Bobby Kraft's Super Bowl 51 ring officially topped $1 million, and there's still a week left on
No
the
kidding.
auction.
Does that go to charity?
Yeah.
And they were
okay.
thinking 750,000 or something,
Yeah,
right?
last we checked in, I think it was $800,000.
Okay.
Well, it's nice that it goes to charity.
Kraft offered up his ring to the All In Challenge, which is currently raising, of course, virus relief funds. The opening bid for the ring, 5.1 carats, features 283 diamonds to honor the Patriots were behind 28-3. As well as 10-carat white gold. The ring originally sold for $75K. There are still 7 days left to bid on the ring. Kraft will personally give the ring to the highest bidder in his personal trophy room.
White gold.
Should the
You're getting silver.
Texas team.
If you want white
10
gold, you're getting
carat.
silver for cheap.
Now, if you are the winning bidder and you live out of state, Kraft is sending his personal jet to pick you up and fly you to his trophy room.
Whoa.
What do you think of that?
Handy.
What do you
That's
do
the name
with
of
it?
the jet.
What do you do with it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, handy. You mean he's?
I thought that was a bonus.
Oh, sorry to step on your joke.
No, that's all right.
Referencing, of course, the famous Florida handy
Right.
from that woman who gave him the famous rub down. Probably just
Maybe she's
pawned her mother's wedding ring to get food.
She might be on the jet now. You don't know.
Was it a handy or a blowy? I forget.
Handy.
Handy.
It was handy. Wasn't it a double handy?
Over the waistband?
girls, right?
Over the waistband?
Was it a double handy?
I think in one of the videos it was a couple.
Did you see the videos?
I may own them.
Really?
You're talking about his in motion wallpaper?
Strictly for research, though.
Exactly,
Right?
yeah.
It's comedy, right?
Do you think I have a question? Do you think Mark Wahlberg will buy this?
What?
He might.
He's got the money, and he's a huge
Patriots fan,
fan.
huge Tom Brady fan.
Oh.
He must be conflicted today. So
Maybe they gave him a ring anyway.
they might have.
Yeah, but I mean, he could probably use two.
Okay.
Yeah.
A competition darts champion has been able to rejoin the PDC.
By the way, that just
professional darts.
Just to give you guys want to put this in perspective. To give you an idea of how little there is in sports going on right now, this darts story was one of the lead stories in the International Newswire sports section. So, and it's not even real darts; it's virtual darts.
The darts champion is able to rejoin the tour after having his poor Wi-Fi connection fixed.
So this guy's one of the best dart players in the world.
Gary Anderson, known
and
as
they're
the
doing darts on virtual darts.
Please let Chick do it.
known as the Flying Scotsman.
Flying Scotsman. We all knew that. That was an answer in the New York Times crossword.
Was it really?
Go ahead, continue. I know you don't like anyone else talking. Go ahead.
No, I just think this is just the most pathetic. This is the most pathetic story of all time.
But we don't know.
Why? We're talking about virtual.
Yet.
We've been talking about virtual race car driving. Why can't we talk about virtual darts?
This might become the curling of the pandemic. You don't know.
The guy couldn't play because he had bad Wi-Fi. So what is the?
He had to drop out of the. Shut up! He had to drop out of the competition last month due to his home's unreliable Wi-Fi connection.
He finally got his neighbors. He got his next door neighbor's password finally, and now he can be the champion again.
And whoever, by the way, came up with naming their home Wi-Fi service FBI surveillance fan, that's
good. Yeah,
pretty
that's
funny.
really
pretty funny. And Anderson, the Flying Scotsman, technical issues appear to have been resolved. He rejoins the virtual competition coming up this Saturday.
Does he live in Scotland?
I don't know.
No, they call him the Flying Scotsman because he lives in Parma, Ohio. That's where he
I
lives.
don't think it's a fair
Well, don't ask
question.
me. Ask Dip.
Fair question.
Diplo.
I didn't know where his Wi-Fi was from.
So can you imagine calling up
Finally.
Comcast? Hey, could you upgrade my the speed of my internet? Yeah, I want to go to the upgraded program because I've got a darts tournament. And then the guy there on the phone goes, you mean you want better access to porn, sir? That's what we call it here.
You got to go at least half a gig nowadays. Half a gig. You got to have half a
I bet
gig.
there's good money to be made in a dart tournament.
I bet there
What do you
is.
think? What do you think the purse is?
But again, contextually,
Darts
one
is
must look at the
always-
fact that this is the International Sports Wire, and there's a story about
not a
fake,
wire.
not even
Darts-
real happening darts.
I like to think this would have been a lead story no matter what.
Can you put a guy's eye out with virtual darts?
I don't think so, unless he's standing by the board.
You ever seen anybody get a dart in the head?
No.
Oh, man, you cannot.
Wait a minute.
My nephew was injured by a virtual lawn dart once.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dead?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
But it's just because he hanged himself 4 days later.
Okay. To continue our theme.
He did not take the loss very.
So you saw somebody get hit with a dart?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it stuck in them?
Yeah.
A jart.
No, a dart.
No, just a regular dart.
Oh.
Bar thing was pretty funny.
Apparently there's a Three Stooges where Larry takes, I think it's a feather quill. He takes one right to the forehead and it sticks in him, and it really did stick in him, and they went, well, we're using that take. So when you see that episode, it's actually in his head.
Where did this guy get hit? Your friend.
Right, kind of high enough above the eye that we
didn't
were
do any real
all
damage?
laughing. It's amazing how it bled, though.
Oh, yeah, head wound?
It's
Of course.
just this little, tiny little head wound, and it was right out of Carrie.
Oh,
I mean, it was painters are in bleeding.
Oh.
Okay, we're gonna take a breather. Are we done with sports?
Well, one more story.
Okay.
A really big fish.
Okay.
Right here on our screen.
Coming up, we've got a lot of interesting science news today, and we've got goats, otters, asparagus. Not in the same story.
Otters are hideous, terrifying creatures, I'm being told.
They're good eats.
Oh, they're so cute.
Good
I'll
eats.
tell you one thing about an otter, and we won't talk about them ever again. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Necrophilia.
Oh, God. Okay, you could have kept that to yourself.
That's why there are no famous otter cartoons, apparently.
That's exactly right. You won't see Oliver Otter out there
It's
anytime.
Oliver Otter in Deadhead.
Yeah. Evidently, they kill for fun.
Oh, they're murderous, are they? Wow.
Yeah.
Who do we thank for that?
Some otter expert.
Okay, good. We'll not read that when we come back.
no, I'm
Also, we
glad
have
we didn't
NASA
talk
in the
about
news and slime and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Win a free pair of wireless Raycon earbuds. Just locate the Raycon contest code in the Bob and Tom app on the newsfeed. Then enter it at bobandtom.com/contest. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Don't forget, tonight you can always kick back and watch Bob and Tom Tonight. What are you talking about, Mark? Well, I'll tell you. It's Bob and Tom Tonight on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel. Just head on over there today and subscribe. That's free, and you can be watching Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Also on bobandtom.com and the Bob and Tom Facebook page. Jeff Oskey takes care of it. You get to enjoy it. Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. A person familiar with the decision tells the Associated Press that the NFL has extended its virtual offseason workouts through the end of May. NFL teams normally would be holding OTAs during May, followed by June minicamps. Those activities are being done remotely due to the pandemic. Florida is willing to be a restart site for professional sports leagues when play resumes following shutdowns caused by the new coronavirus. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said yesterday he's welcoming all pro sports for practicing and playing, although he couldn't guarantee the fans would be permitted. And lawyers for the XFL owner Vince McMahon have argued in court filings that he was justified in firing league CEO Oliver Luck last month, just before the football operation shut down. Luck has filed a federal lawsuit last month over his April 9th termination, alleging the wrestling magnate breached their contract. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Is the robber still in there?
Robbers, Mr. Obvious. There's more than one. There's a whole bunch of them.
Goodness,
Oh,
more
no.
than one.
I saw at least 4 or 5 of them.
Okay, would you be able to identify them to the police?
I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Obvious. They're all wearing masks.
Masks?
They were wearing those masks like you might see a doctor wear. They all seem like they were spaced about 6 feet apart from each other. A gang.
Oh, my land, caller. Those people are not robbing the bank. Caller, they're protecting themselves from the coronavirus by covering their noses and mouths and wearing gloves.
Well, I never made a connection.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Hey, beer drinkers. Do you find that your beer not only fills you up, it binds you up? You need a beer that will help you loosen up. Introducing the beer that not only tastes great, it packs a mega high-fiber wallop. It's the first beer that's also a laxative. We call it Shats.
Oh, God. That's it.
S-H-A-T''S. Shats.
All the cats tip their hats to the man who's drinking Shats, the man who needs some fiber in his brew. Shats beer. When all is said and done, we're not yet number 1, but Shats is always number 2.
Hi, I'm Phil Throne from the Schatz Brewing Company. Pour yourself a Schatz and see why it's making a splash all over the country. Schatz, the laxative beer. Schatz is brewed with the highest quality hops and barley. Then we add our secret ingredient, whole kernel corn. Not too much, just a pinch. Every Schatz beer is fortified with 12 essential vitamins, so you're always guaranteed a good, healthy Schatz. Schatz is available in the 6-ounce little squirt or the 64-ounce big lager. And every Schatz is tapered at one end, so your can won't slam shut. We here at Schatz are saddened by the recent passing of Adolf Schatt, founder of the Schatt Family Brewery, better known as the Old Brick Schatt House. In fact, Adolf loved his beer so much, his last wish was to be interred in a giant vat of Schatz. So come on, when it's time to take a load off, crack open a Schatz.
You will say hooray, 'cause relief is on its way. No more irregularity for you. Schatz beer. Give a Schatz a pop, and soon you'll hear a plop. Schatz is nature's perfect brew. Schatz.
Don't just take any beer. Take a Schatz. And for you teetotalers, try our new high-fiber non-alcoholic beer. We call it O-Stools. O-Stools. Sample one today. And don't forget Schatz Light, Schatz Dark. And for those with diverticulitis, proctitis, and polyposis, doctors direct them to try new Schatz Red. Schatz Beer, a division of Frigamel Industries, Flushing, New York.
That is disgusting.
That's hilarious.
Okay. All right. Here's the show. 7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Did you hear that guy before that?
I did.
Wow. Mellifluous voice.
He sounded hot.
Yeah. Be listening for your shot at $1,000 again. Pay close attention. Crystal's got to come. We got it coming up again, of course. We'll get to all that stuff coming up. But let's see, what time is it? Oh, who knew?
Who knew?
A 5-second forecast, Christy.
Showers. Look for a high of 80.
Thank you very much. Now, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. Let's see now. What is it? The 14th of May, 2020. The quarantine continues.
Oh, my brother Jeff's birthday. Happy birthday, Jeffy.
Birthday, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeffy!
Should we call him up?
My favorite Arnold.
Yeah, we could. I think he's sitting at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Is Jeff the troublemaker one?
No.
That's Joey Wednesday.
Oh, that's right, Joey. I forgot.
Well, I think we should wake him up.
Yeah, we could.
Isn't
Is he
Jeff
fishing
Arnold
right now?
your favorite Arnold?
He may be fishing, yeah.
Because we've got a great fishing story coming up in the news. I mean, really a great one.
In sports. I gave it to
it's in sports?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fishing.
Okay.
Why?
You know what? I'm not going to take that personally.
You got any songs about fish, Pat?
No, not yet.
Okay. What if Randy Newman sang a song about fish?
Man. Who can't you fish?
No. Let's see now. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Our engineer, of course, is Ace Cosby, the legend, the voice, the Kiss fan, and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day. What? Are you kidding right now? Of course. Why not? He's loosening up. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see him getting ready. Ace, take it away.
Why'd the bagel go into the bar?
I don't know, Ace. Why did the bagel go
He
into
wanted
the
to
bar?
get toasted.
You know what? Sometimes simple, in and out.
Yeah. I think I would work with a loaf of bread, too. Why would the loaf of bread?
Or piece of bread.
Pizza bread?
Piece of.
Oh, piece of bread?
Why did the slice of bread?
Slice of bread?
Yeah.
I go with 2 slices.
Oh, boy.
They wanted to get toasted.
Yeah, okay, that would work. Okay,
all right.
No need to
Mr. and Mrs.
overdo
Bread,
the
maybe.
analysis.
Mr. and Mrs. Bread walk into a bar.
You like a toast point?
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, I
Little
like
tiny
a toast point.
piece of toast.
Yeah.
If you got something to dip it into.
Sure, of course. Yeah, that's the whole point of the toast
Dip
point.
it into some hummus, perhaps.
Some honey mustard, maybe some garlic mayonnaise.
Hummus always handy to have around if you want to do the great gag where you
What?
put a little hummus on your shoe.
Oh.
And then you walk up to someone and go, oh, I stepped in dog poop. And then you put your finger on it, take a dollop of it and go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Chihuahua.
It's the neighbor. Yeah.
Exactly. But you're
Speaking
still
of dipping.
eating hummus off your shoe.
Well, you be careful. You gotta.
If we do talk to my brother today, I have a game we can play.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I'll tell him I love him, and we'll see how long it takes. If he even says it back to me.
Okay.
And because I don't think he's very comfortable with that kind of thing, so it'll be funny.
Okay.
Speaking of food, today is buttermilk biscuit day.
Oh, one of my
favorites.
Delightful food.
Yes.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's hard to beat the Pillsbury biscuits.
Especially the big and flaky or whatever. The grand.
The grand, baby. The grand
Yes.
Pillsbury biscuit.
Now, we
As
got
big as your head.
got a great letter here. We had an interesting topic the other day.
Remember the other day? Boy, that was a show.
Foods that you cook more
Too bad
than
you
once.
weren't here.
Remember
foods,
this?
yeah.
Foods you cook more than once.
Right.
And because we were talking about potatoes.
Yes.
And the top 3 potatoes, of course, French fries, number 1. And then number 2, twice baked. And then number 3, mashed.
Oh, man.
Mashed. Okay. A food you bake twice. And the most obvious answer, of course, is toast.
So you bake the
food
bread.
you cook twice.
Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, but
Yeah.
most people don't bake their own bread. So I
But it
guess
was
they're-
baked at some
But
point.
it was baked.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's a good point.
I eat raw bread.
You know,
Not what she
there
meant.
isn't there somewhat of a yeast shortage right now?
Yeah, there is.
Be hard
People
to get
are
right now.
Because people are
making a lot of
making their own
yeast.
bread.
Okay.
Back
Well,
to Pioneer
I went to
days.
look. I looked for yeast the other day.
Calling their kids half pint.
you look for it at a store, or are you having an issue?
Oh, at the store.
Need $20?
Dipwad.
Get up the raid.
I believe.
Without the flashlight?
I believe. Christy just called you a dickwad.
I called him dip.
Let's not
I
gloss
said
over that.
dipwad.
Oh, a dipwad.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I wanted to say the other, but
Okay.
I had to tell myself.
Now, back to the other topic that we've been discussing today, which is how much I like plastic straws. Dare I read a little bit of something from the New York Times? Headline.
You mean you've gone on the internet and verified one of your crackpot causes? That's surprising.
I just think that the problem with plastic straws is we have to develop a way to properly dispose of them, which could be very easily done. Once again, I give you pencil sharpening technology.
Nature.
We could figure out a way to do this. But headline, New York Times, fatal accident with metal straw.
Oh, what happened?
A British woman was impaled by a metal straw after falling at her home. The coroner said in an inquest this week that highlighted the potential dangers of metal straws. I don't even need to read any more of this.
You know what? If you can't navigate a stainless steel straw without killing yourself,
Well, sad.
maybe that's what you
Right
get.
from the New York Times.
It sounds like a freak accident. And
I'm just telling
Was
you.
she
I
a
hate those
bearded
metal
lady?
straws.
What'd you say?
Is she a bearded lady? Stay a freak accident? Huh?
Very clever.
Huh?
And you can't get them clean. Those metal straws, you cannot get them clean. That's
Yes,
why
you can.
Restaurants aren't allowed to reuse them legally.
Why
in
can't you
most
put them in the
states.
dishwasher?
How do you know they're not allowed to use them? Reuse them.
And you use like a pipe cleaner. You
Yes,
just
I
get in
read.
there and soap.
It's called literacy, chick.
They don't.
read 'em.
They don't
You
get
read
clean
about-
in a dishwasher.
No, you can't get in all the way in there. You got to get those, what do you call them, pipe cleaners?
That's what he
and
just
clean them out.
said.
And they come with them usually.
Yeah, that's labor intensive, causing
for
millions of dollars in
sakes.
pollution.
You love that kind of thing.
Bring back the plastic straw. I'll lead the way.
All right.
Sorry.
You love labor-intensive stuff.
Banging the drum.
That's true, but
Complicating things.
contradicting
Yeah.
myself. Now, have we finished sports yet? I'm really exhausted.
If we've gone on so long, this is considered a sports extra now.
Okay.
A 9-year-old boy caught a really big fish.
Oh, big.
In Tennessee, a sturgeon. Like a
General.
sturgeon that weighs more than he does. According to the Tennessee Wildlife and Resource Agency, Coy Price,
Oh, he's even named after a fish.
or was he, had been eager to catch a big fish after his 11-year-old sister hooked a 40-pound striper.
Remember Striper?
The band?
Band, yes.
Christian rock, right?
Yeah.
Ace, you're a big fan.
Christian metal.
Weren't the drumsticks striped? Isn't that right? They were
early
all
days-
striped, right?
Early days were great.
The early days were great.
What's their biggest song?
Always There For You, or Honestly.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Your musical taste is. His 8-year-old sister reeled in a 58-pound blue catfish some time ago.
Didn't.
Coy was recently targeting catfish at Old Hickory Lake when he hooked an 80-pound sturgeon.
I'd like to interrupt for 1 second.
Coy weighs 55 pounds.
Doesn't Old Hickory Lake sound like a lake in a horror movie?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, he was the old man at Old Hickory Lake.
It took the boy.
Turned out he was eating kids.
15
You kids aren't going to Old Hickory, are you?
Sometimes dead is better.
That lake belongs to him.
It took the boy. Yeah, he's not in your lake. You're in his. It took the boy 15 minutes to get the fish into the boat. The Tennessean reports that after weighing the fish and taking some pictures, the family returned the fish to the water. Sure, they
Who helped
did.
reel him in? Who reeled it in?
He reeled it in himself.
He reeled it himself.
I'm
An
very
80-pound
skeptical.
fish?
I would need help.
The physics of fishing, it's not.
Outweighed him by
Okay,
25
wait a
pounds.
It's in the water.
This fish is
Putting up a fight.
This fish is pretty much same size as Christy, 80 pounds.
How much does the kid weigh?
55.
There's no that's tough.
I love the fact that they give the kids weight. It's like he's an SEC linebacker candidate. 55-year-old Hickory
4 foot
Lake.
8, 55 pounds.
Let's not discount this catch and
No.
the catch of his sister catching a 58-pound blue catfish. That's
no kidding.
But
Really?
they had assistants reeling them in. Is all.
They had to.
The endangered lake sturgeon, of course, endangered due to plastic straws in the air.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Are some of the largest and longest living fish in Tennessee. They can grow up to 8 feet and live up to 150 years.
They're
Oh, my
massive.
gosh.
They're gigantic. Yeah.
8 feet in an inland lake?
Yes.
That's sick.
That's not good eating.
That's sick and wrong.
No. You don't want to eat
That'd
them.
be like that'd be trying to eat the Sunday paper. God. More sturgeon?
Are there? Do they have?
No, I'm
thanks.
good. Yeah.
Do they have warning? Can they bite people? I mean, do they have warnings?
I don't think sturgeon have teeth. Gar have teeth. I know that.
Yeah, they do. Especially alligator go.
Oh, here we go. There's
yeah.
the article. Oh, there's a warning from the Sturgeon General.
There you go, buddy. Sturgeon General.
Sturgeon. The Sturgeon General.
C minus, Ace game.
Okay, identify this song, please, Josh.
I'm going to guess Striper. Yeah. And I'm going to guess this is He died for you.
No, that's
On a cross.
It's called To Hell with the Devil.
Very good, Ace. Okay, Ace, try this one.
You
See-
knew that one? Wow.
Here you go, Ace. Check this one out.
Soldiers Under Command from their first album.
Wow, that's amazing.
Hey, Ace, you're the man. How about this one?
Oh,
It's called Honestly. Made top 10.
He mentioned honestly when we were talking about Sturgeon.
Ace, you are the man.
Sounded like the song from An American Tale at first. Somewhere out there.
Linda Ronstadt.
Give it a full listen.
Oh, what are you saying there? Dean's saying no on something. Oh. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I know when I'm right.
Good job, Ace.
Very nice, Ace. Very a little bit of a stripe
He's a
there.
savant. He should be a name that they should
That's
name that
amazing.
tune back and have you host.
Did all the
Yeah.
guys wear striped pants and stuff?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I remember
Don't
the
you remember
striped drum
And they
stick.
threw Bibles out to the crowd.
Yeah.
And said,
Many injuries.
Bibles.
they're
So
small
it's the
towns.
opposite. It's the opposite of that story where the guy's got the Bible in his pocket and the bullet gets lodged in there and saves him. Some poor guy loses his vision because he got.
You get hit with a Bible, you yell, Jesus Christ!
Oh, yeah.
Well,
It's a good
What the
book.
hell?
Good book until it blinds you. Yeah.
We'll come right back. We have a lot of things to get to,
We
including.
have another young 5-year-old boy in the news.
Okay, and we have the weirdest thing going on in the world right now involving joining an ant colony. ANT.
Oh, this is the weirdest thing going on, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, is this funny? A guy gets, he goes, oh man, I hit some dude in the crowd with a Bible. King James? No, just some guy. Is that funny?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
That's very good.
good.
The delivery was a C minus. But
Do you think Genesis throws out Bibles?
We were having a discussion.
We'll be right back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Hey, Bob and Tom has an Instagram page. You might want to check it out. It has pictures of us with friends and guests who used to stop by. Highlights from the show. Just head on over to bobandtom.com for quick links to all of Bob and Tom's social media sites. Rolling through a Thursday. It's May 14th. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us. Comedian Al Jackson on the way right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The U.S. immunologist who says he lost his government job because he warned the Trump administration to prepare for the coronavirus pandemic is not backing off his bleak forecast. Dr. Rick Bright is preparing to tell Congress that America faces the darkest winter in modern history unless its leaders act decisively to prevent a rebound of the coronavirus. Bright is set to appear today before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The president, meanwhile, called on governors across the nation to work to reopen schools closed because of the coronavirus, pointedly taking issue with Dr. Anthony Fauci's caution against moving too quickly and sending students back to class. The president said, I think we should open the schools. Absolutely. Our country's got to get back, and it's got to get back as soon as possible. And you've heard of wedding ceremonies. Well, welcome to the age of the wedding minimony. It's what couples restricted by the coronavirus restrictions cobble together to celebrate their weddings. Rather than opting to cancel, couples are deciding to tie the knot either alone or with some local loved ones at a safe social distance, of course, or stream the ceremony through the internet. In some cases, couples plan to reschedule larger celebrations when the COVID-19 crisis eases. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Shout it out like you're proud of it.
It's a advertisement. Looks like a website for a company called Fudge from Uranus.
That's right. And their slogan is, "We love to pack your fudge."
Oh, come on.
Uranus, Missouri, Josh. They got it all, Tom. T-shirts, polo shirts. The best fudge comes from Uranus. Uranus, Missouri Fudge Packers Union. There you go.
They have an ATM? That'd be ironic.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
They say 3% of the people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3% and the rest goes down the drain. I will never know which one I am, but I'll bet you my last dime. 99% think we're 3% 100% of the time.
Gotta write that down.
They say 72% of all statistics are made up right there on the spot. 84.4% of people believe them, whether they're accurate statistics or not. Now, I will never know what you believe, but I do know there's no doubt I need another double shot of something 90 proof. This is too much to think about. It's too much to think about. Too much.
8:01 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
It certainly is. That weather forecast, Miss Christy Lee?
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers early, windy this afternoon, thunderstorms possible, high 80. Scattered thunderstorms overnight, low 60. Thunderstorms Friday, high 72. Right now, 55.
Thank you very much. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Don't forget to get in on those earbuds you can win. Go to bobandtom.com/contests. They're the E25s. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're good.
Yeah, they're excellent. From Raycon. We'll get to that coming up in just a second. Right now, I'm supposed to introduce Josh here. I love this part. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Tom.
I'm Josh.
I'm Chick.
I thought I was supposed to say,
I'm Christy.
I thought
Pat.
Tom here along with Josh. Now you're doing your own line?
Oh.
Okay, good.
How dare I do my own line?
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's going off script again.
That's Tom.
And I'm Josh. No, wait a minute.
That's Tom, and he's Josh.
Okay,
Try
sorry.
that.
Josh, how many windows does your house have?
16.
So with Window Nation, how many do you have to purchase?
8, and then I get 8 free.
That's right. You get 2. So if you had 25 windows, how many would you have to buy?
12 and a half.
See, I got him there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
This is why you don't ad lib, okay? You learned your lesson?
Well, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. No limit on that, by the way.
That's, of course. And what else is happening at windownation.com?
A free online virtual quote valid for 6 months. No one has to come to your place. You do this online, and that stands for 6 months. Deferred payments for 2 years, plus 0 down payment and 0 interest for 2 years.
That's from Window Nation. Go to windownation.com. Once again, free online virtual quote. Good for 6 months. You've got the deferred payments for 2 years. Get 2 free windows for every 2 you buy. So in your case, you're going to buy 8 and get 16. And they're doing it right now, as I understand. Plus 0 down payment, 0 interest for 2 years from our friends at Window Nation. If you popped open your windows, what you want to do now, fresh air is very important in these quarantine times. And your windows, the rubber gaskets are all falling off.
Oh.
They're cracked and crappy, and you're getting your heating bills too much, and your AC is going to be over the top. Nope, you got to get some great windows. WindowNation.com, that's the place to go. I want to say a special thank you and congrats going out to Paul and Scott and Doug listening to Q95 and finding themselves $1,000 richer. The same thing could happen to you coming up this hour, so pay close attention and listen throughout the day to Q95 for more shots at some serious cash. Once again, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Let's do the full intro here by going around. Let's go clockwise. We'll begin at noon with Chick McGee in the big room here. And then over there, the Chickster is over there. And then Josh is at about 11:30 from my perspective. And this is Tom speaking at 6 o'clock. Not in the morning, but just on the clock phase.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ace is at about, about almost at 9:45. Thank you, Ace. And then back over there, but in a different room on the TV screen, we have Mr. Godwin at about 37 past the hour. And then, which is not the time, by the way.
Am I still awake?
Yeah, okay, you're there at 22 past. That's Christy Lee. Christy's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. The crazycockwine.com sports desk is occupied by Chick McGee, and Josh is at the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. And lastly, when that phone rings, it's the track phone hotline. Now, Have we finished sports?
Oh, my God.
Sports is done. Okay. Yes. Long siege.
Keep talking.
Now, keep talking.
Keep talking, Butch. That's what you do best.
Now, Christy, are you?
You wear us out. We love you, but man.
Let's not get
It's my
carried
job.
away. It's my job. Remember yesterday, he talked to his people. Remember that?
I do remember.
I remember that last night, just as I was falling asleep, and started laughing. I have to talk to my people.
Well, here, my peeps. Eric just emailed me, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com.
What'd he say?
He says, Ace, you rock. Tell Ace I had Striper blaring in my car just the other day.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, we got a lot of these. When I saw Striper at Amarillo in the 80s, I was hit in the face by a Bible thrown in the crowd by Michael Sweet. The corner of the Bible got me right in the eye.
And I screamed, Jesus Christ!
He goes on to say the wound healed very quickly. Jesus does indeed save. Well,
Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much, Trey.
What is the old joke? Jesus saves, Moses invests?
No. Jesus saves, Gretzky with the rebound. Go!
That's good.
Here we go, Ace. It's amazing. The Striper fans out there. Justin writes, I'm with Ace. This is Justin from Kingston, Wisconsin. I actually have...
Oh, where the trio comes from.
Yeah.
Oh, the Kingston trio?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, hang down your head, Tom Dooley?
No, hang down your head, Tom Dooley.
That's a depressing,
Hang down your
awful.
head and die.
God, I hated that stuff.
Or cry. Is it cry?
I think it's cry.
He cries then
This
he dies.
guy, he says he has the Starter vinyl. What does that mean? Is that the name of their first album, Starter? Or is that typo?
Just early vinyl.
Okay, all right. It's actually a white LP.
Oh.
So they must have done the white vinyl
I
thing.
think I have a Striper picture disc of one of the albums.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Ace, top 3 Striper songs.
Your faves.
Always There for You.
Always There for You, number 1. Always There for You.
Number 2 would be Honestly. It's a great love song. There you go.
Okay, all right.
Soldiers Under Command.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I just happen to have Soldiers Under Command right here.
I think you have Honestly there, too.
I keep it here at all
I
times.
think you do.
Boy, that's a total 80s sound.
Boy,
right
they
there.
are. They're tight, man.
We are soldiers under God's command.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, very good.
If you don't agree, we're going to hit you with a Bible.
Now, earlier we were talking about the weird thing with Kim Jong Un and Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
And
In NOCO.
And Rodman was talking to Mike Tyson on Mike's what's it called, Hot Box podcast, and he said that he went out drinking with Kim Jong Un, and a band of ladies came out and played the theme song to Dallas over and over again. According to Chad,
Yes.
So bizarre.
the French created a new theme song to Dallas with words.
They did.
Oh, really?
What?
So Kim Jong Un is singing a French version of the Dallas theme
Yes,
song.
now that's just gotten this is too complicated. We need to move on. Christy, what have you got over there?
Well, a 5-year-old boy who made headlines last week after getting pulled over en route to buy a Lamborghini has been treated to a surprise meeting with Jamie Foxx and Shaq. When Adrian Rampipa,
You got it. You're close.
whatever, was pulled over by the Utah Highway Patrol last week, he told the trooper he was driving to L.A. to buy a Lambo with his $3 that he had in his wallet. After that story went viral, celebrity car broker R.D. Whittington flew Zamaripa and his family out to Malibu, where the 5-year-old got the opportunity to sit in the driver's seat of multiple luxury vehicles.
That'll teach him.
Whittington also drove the boy to Jamie Foxx's house to meet the actor in person, where they FaceTimed Shaq together.
See, as you said, this is...
So what does he get? What's the kid get?
He gets...
He gets a big thrill, but this is not teaching this kid a lesson. This is the kid that was driving a vehicle.
Right.
And he's,
In
what,
Utah.
5?
Yeah.
I'm surprised the guy didn't give him a Lambo or something.
They drove him around in one.
By the way, have you seen this 5-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Gigantic.
He is a big boy.
If they were going to make a biopic of him now, it would be called Baby Bottle Full of Pepsi. Because it's a big kid.
I just wait for this when this kid turns 16 and he's caught with $3 in his pocket trying to buy a prostitute. Okay, fly him to L.A., get him a hooker.
Subway getting the seafood sensation is what he's doing.
This is like the Make-A-Wish Foundation for kids doing bad things.
Yeah.
Okay.
He should be grounded.
Oh, there's no masks. No one's wearing masks in any of these photos. So.
I'm going to knock off a liquor store so I can meet Shaq. How about that?
Did you hear the mom come out of Chrissy just now? He should be grounded.
I'll tell you what, this kid's never going to eat any vegetables after this.
Oh, believe me, he wasn't eating them before.
Unless they were deep fried.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, that was mean. I apologize to the mom.
Why? It's true.
She's child abuse.
Somebody's feeding them, yeah.
Now, earlier you were talking about Wi-Fi names.
Yes.
Anybody remember the one you mentioned?
FBI surveillance van, yeah.
FBI surveillance van.
According to Will, he writes, the FBI surveillance van outdated and overused as a Wi-Fi network.
Oh, well, really, Will?
I would suggest using...
Uh-oh. Oh, God.
This is really good. For your Wi-Fi, rename it 5G COVID-19 Test Tower.
Man.
That combines two things.
Sure.
Oh, that's great.
Well, that's
Thank
just
you.
mean.
Thank
That's
you,
funny.
Will. That's brilliant. Okay, I'm sorry. Christy, did we interrupt you?
Oh, that's okay.
What do you got going?
Hey, you want to look good on those so-called Zoom dates? Well, how about fake boobs or a fake set of muscles? The company is selling those.
Pat, this has got you written all over it.
The company called Sportly launched the products
Sportly.
as part of their new virtual dating collection. The virtual date muscle shirt hat offers sculpted padding in the chest, arm, and upper ab area, and it can be worn underneath regular shirts to make it appear that you've kept up with your gym routine during quarantine.
Hilarious.
Ladies, the virtual date breast enlargements are a set of fake breasts that are worn over the chest like a bra with clear straps. The website reads, quote, order now and watch your socially distant partner's jaw hit the floor on your next virtual date.
This is hilarious. It's got a six-pack.
The site recommends, too, for best results, wear underclothes.
So you don't see that they're green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The breast enhancement bra sold out in all of its sizes, which range from 34D to 38F, while the muscle suit is still available, guys, for $36.06. Weird price, but
Isn't the goal of these Zoom dates to strip down anyway?
Yeah, you're
It'd be a
eventually
little
gonna
awkward.
disappoint,
At some point, yeah.
people are stripping down on Zoom.
Start out as Arnold Schwarzenegger and end up as Arnold Stang. to
2 days in a row.
make a quote from yesterday's show. I'd like to say hello to the 4 people that got that reference. Arnold Stang, of course, the chunky guy.
There we go.
But he wasn't chunky. He was a real skinny-looking little guy.
He was kind of a pre-Woody Allen, nerdy
Yeah.
New York guy.
dweeb.
This is pretty funny.
That is pretty funny.
But isn't that the whole thing of these Zoom dates? You're supposed to...
Remember SpongeBob? He had fake muscles in one of those. Down to the beach, he got sand kicked in his face.
What's the old adage? Honesty is the best policy.
Yeah, no.
Don't start off a relationship with a bunch of
I'm looking at this.
falses.
The fake boobs seem real enough. These muscles look like a kid's Superman costume.
Oh, yeah.
The six-pack's a little too high. It sort of starts at the nipples.
Well, if you're doing it right, that's where...
Really?
Those strong kids in my
It's
neighborhood.
right underneath. Yeah, right
No,
here.
but look, have you seen them?
No, I
It's
haven't
like
looked
up
at it.
here.
Oh.
It's a little too much. Now, coming up, we're going to talk with our good friend, comedian Al Jackson. Also coming up, our friend Frank Caliendo. These two guys get together occasionally, and they have a little podcast thing going. We're going to talk to them separately.
Speaking of computers,
yes,
you probably have one in your driveway. You know what I mean. That car of yours, electronically controlled transmissions, touchscreen display, dozens and dozens. Many sensors, but you can't fix any of these by yourself. Of course not. So not if, but when something breaks, it will most likely cost a fortune.
And it will most likely not be during your warranty.
Absolutely not. That's why now's the time for expensive. Call CarShield now. CarShield has affordable protection plans, saves you thousands for a covered repair, including computers, GPS, electronics, and more. And CarShield options others don't have. You get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership to do the work. And CarShield.
Oh, Skippy, I can still go see him?
You can see Skippy, you can see Tony, you can see Artie. They all also offer complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being fixed. That's CarShield, helping over 1 million customers. So drive with confidence, knowing you got coverage from America's #1 auto protection provider.
Over 1 million? That's over 900,000 customers.
That's exactly right. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprises and save thousands on a covered repair. Call 1-800-CAR-6000 and mention the code Tom.
1-800-CAR-6000.
Or visit carshield.com and use the code TOM to save another 10%. That's carshield.com. Use the code TOM. A deductible may apply.
You going to thank me for all the help I gave you?
Thank you, John.
Coming up, oh, by the way, we're going to post this photograph we were just sent. Ace, it's a guy that has a striper tattoo.
Wow.
On the side of his body, going from about his nipple down to his waist. That is serious business.
That sure is. That's a fan.
That is a fan. And when we come back, the great Al Jackson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out one spot, bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, and information, plus links to all of our social media sites. And don't forget, you can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. An instant request, if you will. Let us know what comedian, bit, song you want to hear again. We'll see if we can't get it on for you. We'll put it in front of Tom and see what happens. It may be a week or two, but we'll get it on for you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Melissa Etheridge says her son, Beckett Cypher, has died. She released a statement saying opioid addiction was behind Cypher's death. It read in part, quote, "Today I join the hundreds of thousands of families who've lost loved ones to opioid addiction." No other details were revealed. Cypher is one of two children Etheridge had with her former partner, Julie Cypher. Beckett was conceived with sperm from Rock and Roll Hall of Famer David Crosby. The musical about Michael Jackson will not debut on Broadway until next year because of the coronavirus outbreak. Performances of MJ will start March of 2021. Preview performances had been scheduled to start July 6th. Broadway producers have not announced when theaters will reopen, but refunds are being given for shows through September 6th. And Kevin Hart and Nick Jonas are helping to put a spotlight on those in the forefront of the fight against the coronavirus. Hart and Jonas will appear on the 8-episode documentary series Regular Heroes. The series has been running on Amazon Prime Video since May 8th, with new episodes available every Friday through June 26th. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
My workday's done. Go grab a shower. Let's hit the pub. It's happy hour. If we get bombed, who gives a damn? I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Those chicks right there don't look too good, but 3 more beers, I guess I would. It's either them or my right hand. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. Say, are you girls waiting on your friends? What did you say? You're lesbians. Bartender, cancel those 2 drinks. I'm not as am as you drunk, I think. This beer is moving like a train. I think my lizard needs a drain. But first I'll have a double shot. I'm drunk, you think, as you am is not. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. This bathroom's nice as it can be. It's got 4 walls. I puked on 3. Oops, here comes more. I'll use the sink. I'm not as thrunk as you wear my dink. I put that bouncer right in his place. I smacked his elbow with my face. He's lucky that it's closing time. Drunk am is not as you think you I'm. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here.
Hi, this is Bob. And 21 on the button at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee once again with a weather update.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Showers early, windy, thunderstorms this afternoon, high 80. Scattered storms tonight and tomorrow, high tomorrow 72, low tonight 60. Right now we have some showers, 57 degrees.
Keep listening to Q95. Your shot at that $1,000 coming up again this hour, very likely. And again elsewhere and later on. Well, not really elsewhere. It'll be here. But as I said earlier, turn up your ears on Q95 to win some serious cash.
I think it's time.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. I'd like to remind you that we have an opportunity for you to win a pair of those great E25 Raycon earbuds. Go to bobandtom.com/contest to get all the details. You can do that right now. Thank you very much. Now, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Ace is over there. Chick McGee's over there. That's Christy and Tom. That's Josh. And then via the magic of... whatever it is, we got a TV screen with Pat Godwin on it.
You know who Pat looks like this morning?
Who's that?
With that military-esque shirt on. He looks like Bruno Kirby in Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, he does a little bit, yeah.
A little bit, you know. He's getting ready to yell at Robin Williams about what he's been saying on the air.
Keep it simple.
Keep it some Percy Faye. Play some Percy Faye.
Oh, wow. Got this.
Play some Burt Camford.
You want to hear some Burt Camford?
Who doesn't?
No.
Happy to.
Would I? There he comes.
Oh.
I'm playing two at the same time.
Little tutti flutti for that ass.
Did you see? I bet Burt Camford's being played on the retiree radio station. Did you see that?
No.
Wait a minute. Hold it. There's a retiree radio station?
Retirees in multiple states have become volunteer DJs for a new online radio hour known as Radio Recliner.
Love it.
The 60-minute show began airing last month, starting with retirees in Middle Tennessee recording from their recliners. Quarantined, of course, due to COVID-19. The show has since taken off with seniors in assisted living facilities in Georgia, Alabama, and others jumping at the chance to be a DJ. Listeners can send along requests to dedicate to family or friends.
Party, old man,
I do a radio vagina.
I don't even know.
Fresh content airs every weekday at noon with previous segments playing in rotation.
That's what's called the man in the boat.
I don't think you guys even know about this. When I was a little baby disc jockey, second station I worked at, I engineered Paul Bundy and his big band show. He had like a 3-hour show every Sunday night, and I was the engineer.
Wow.
And he had big band music like Duke Ellington, Glenn Miller. And, he knew all about it, man.
We had to do the same thing. It was in the
Bix Beiderbecke
the
or
Ted Weems Manor. Or
Ted
something.
Weems. He played Ted Weems. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great fun little thing, though.
Oh, I have a blast.
What's it called again?
Radio Recliner.
He was he gave me a Seaberg wall box for Christmas one year.
What's that?
It's a jukebox. You've seen that, like.
Oh, yeah.
Sit on the in a booth where it has a jukebox.
Oh, cool.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it was really cool.
You have that still?
No, I don't know. I don't know who has it, but I hope they're.
We're going to hook up with our friend Al Jackson in a few minutes. Right now, we return to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. And when that phone does ring, by the way, it will be the track phone hotline.
Woody Herman and his orchestra.
Oh, I love it. And now here's a young white boy, Nat King Cole.
Wait a minute.
Hey, he's a what?
Harold, you got to,
Beg your pardon.
A Tennessee father has put on a personal graduation ceremony for his daughter after Xavier University canceled graduation due to the coronavirus pandemic.
The Muskies.
Torrance Burnson threw his daughter, Gabrielle Pierce, a personal ceremony in the front yard of their Memphis home.
Good for him. That's cool.
It's great. It featured a stage to walk across, a podium for speeches, loudspeakers blaring the graduation march. Thank you, Tom. And a supporting audience in the street.
Lame.
Ms. Pierce said it was just amazing, better than the actual graduation.
No, it wasn't.
She intends to join the Air National Guard and study epidemiology.
Good for her. That's great that he went out of
As
his
long
way
as
to
she
do
doesn't
that.
study anything about diseases, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
To make it authentic, Josh, what they had to do was she had to stand there for 2 hours, and about every fifth or sixth person up there, their family would cheer, even though they were asked not to.
Did you attend your high school graduation?
Uh-huh.
Were you wearing pants?
Yeah, we didn't wear caps and gowns.
What?
No, not for
suits
high
and
school.
ties?
No.
Yeah, just something.
You didn't wear caps and gowns.
No, but for college we did.
I was not going to attend my graduation.
Yeah.
But my speech teacher called me and said, "You have to come. You're getting an award, stupid."
Oh, the stupid award?
Stupid
You got the
award?
stupid award?
Yeah, that's what Mrs. Hildebrand said.
I never would have guessed you had a speech teacher.
Thank you very much. I did have a speech teacher.
What award
And
did
now,
you win?
the stupid award goes to Charles McGee.
I'd like to thank
No, seriously, what award did you win?
the Margaret R. Long Speech Award. Thank you
Nice.
very much,
Wow.
Josh.
Very
For
nice.
making the longest speech in
big
the
jerk.
history of...
You got the Maggie, huh?
I got the Maggie.
Wow.
That's right.
You didn't get the McCurdy?
I did not
that?
get the McCurdy. Even then I had pretty decent teeth.
No,
so.
Kenny Tarmac gets the McCurdy.
Okay, of course, every year.
Hey, she got a speech award in school, right? The Mel Tillis honorary.
Well, that's just cool.
That's
mean.
cutting.
Was mean.
Talking to a radio legend. We got newbie
That's
over
why
here.
I chose Ace. He's got the greatest voice of anybody.
National Honor Society, Quill and Scroll.
Oh, you're a nerd, huh?
There you go. Ace, I got a win bag for you, Ace.
He got a squirrel.
Scroll.
Quill and
scroll.
Scroll.
Got a win bag for you, Ace, over here.
All right.
Soldiers Under Command was
On the second
Stryper's
album.
second album. Okay.
Oh, he knew it.
Do
Yeah.
you know the name of the first one? According to this guy, it was Yellow and Black
Yellow and Black
Attack.
Attack, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're kind of Bumblebee themed.
Yeah, and it was yellow and black on the cover. I remember that.
Oh, so
yeah.
the Stripers a reference to the...
Oh, so we're back to Striper.
No.
You don't want to hear about my speech award. Okay.
Now, see,
No,
the
I get
decline happened when they did Against the Law and dumped the yellow and black stuff and wore street clothes and leather.
Yeah.
And had a cover of Shining Star from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
So, Chick, what was the speech award for? Get
The Margaret R. Long Speech Award.
The Maggie.
I was the
Did
best.
you make a speech?
No, I did not.
Well,
how'd you get a speech award then?
It wasn't for giving speeches.
Were
It
you
was
on the speech team?
For being, I was in all the plays my senior year, yada yada yada, stuff like that.
Oh,
What play were you in?
A Thurber Carnival.
I love that.
Yeah, James Thurber.
Were you in the
Columbus,
Music
Ohio.
Man?
No, we didn't
Play
do
the
Music
Anvil
Man.
Salesman?
What else were you in?
That's your stupid dream. I don't remember what the homecoming play was, but I ran the lights. I was in charge.
That's not being
I
in the
was in
play.
charge of the tech.
Ran the
crew.
lights and you got the
That's
speech
right.
award.
That's right.
Wait,
I
drunk?
did. Boy, oh boy. I remember now why I've never mentioned it.
yes, you've never mentioned that.
I ran the lights at the guy who failed the audition.
We had a weird story.
Hey!
We had a weird story the other day. By the way, congratulations to this dad for doing that for his daughter.
Yeah,
cool,
whatever.
That's cool.
Well, it's really a tough spot that his parents are in when you got a
it's
graduating senior. It's awful.
That's really cool that he
We're
did
doing a virtual graduation. What the hell does that even mean?
Now, Christy, did you see the thing in which we had a thing a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, in which they put up the glass boxes for people at the restaurant?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're eating in a mini greenhouse. I think we've got something worse than this.
Amsterdam.
Do you have the mannequin story?
Yes, I have the mannequin story, but we
Okay.
have a
Wait a
guest
minute.
joining us, so
I see the floating head of Al Jackson. Oh, there you are. Hey, Al.
What are you, fresh off a workout?
No, it's such a weird. I couldn't get my computer to work, so we're doing it the old school phone way.
gotcha.
Because, Al, we see a white background and a white shirt, and your head is floating like
And
it's
that's-
the
and
Wizard
that
of
is,
Oz inside the
and see-
crystal ball.
That's a
And see,
close
Tom,
up.
I wore my kitty shirt for you. Do you see there are two kittens on it?
Oh, Kitty. Okay, gotta get that.
Sweet.
He said kitty.
I didn't hear the K.
I need to enunciate.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, hey, Al, how are you?
What's up, kids? How are you?
Your hair looks really short.
No, you know what? My girl cut it. Look how nice that looks, Kristen.
Yeah, it does look nice.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks
My girl said that COVID is turning her, a white girl, into a black barber. I think she did pretty good.
Yeah, I think she did a wonderful job.
You're dating a white girl?
Yes, who's coming to dinner.
Well.
I think that we all know that the black barbershop plays an important role
in society,
in contemporary African American culture.
Of course.
Do you go to a traditional black barbershop?
I did for years, and there's a barber that started coming to our show. But yeah, going to the barbershop is really one of my first memories of being like a young dude, because you just sit there and listen to guys talking. You also, when you're a young guy that can't speak up for yourself, you get skipped so much by older black dudes that know that you're next, but they'll just like pat you on the knee like, hey, I'm gonna jump in here real quick, little fella. And you're like so scared. You're like, okay. And you just sit there and get lapped over and over again.
And they'll go, well, for instance, this Jackson boy, he doesn't know what's up. I'll tell you.
Did they?
I'll tell you
now,
what's up.
Did they? I know when I was a kid, I didn't realize it for the longest time, but the barbershop that I went to, the barbers also were bookies, and they were selling porn magazines behind the scenes. Did any of that stuff take place at your barbershop when you were a kid?
Well, people don't. I think any place where people congregate and cash is being exchanged, if you think about that, I think everything else was happening. Now, I went to my first barbershop really was run by 3 black women. I had the biggest crush on our barber, on my barber. Her name was Gwen Jackson. That was her name.
Oh, man.
And yeah, I would just be so. Her hair was always done, and she had a very light, pretty voice. So I don't think she was doing anything shady. And barbershops typically, when you go into a black barbershop, there's usually signs. First of all, there's usually jazz music playing. And I would say in 90% of them that I've been in, they say no cursing, no, it's kind of like a sanctuary. Like if you curse a couple times, that will not be, there's not really any kind of lewd conversation going on in there. Not at all.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it wouldn't be tolerated.
Have you looked Gwen up?
I haven't, but I'm thinking if I was 10 when that was happening, I'm 42 now, so Gwen might be
dead?
65?
Yeah, dead is what Tom added.
Hey, Al, I can barely see you, but if I'm not mistaken, are you growing a soul patch? What's going on there below the lip?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a soul patch running down into.
It looks like a chocolate drip going down to
and
a kind
it looks
of
like, correct me if I'm wrong,
chin
a
thing.
lot of time consumed tending that. Am I right on that?
Is that a pencil thin mustache above the lip? It's bad lighting. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's pretty. The mustache is pretty
there you go.
thick. Let me get
lean in there. Yeah,
as thick as I've had my mustache for a long time.
it looks good.
Yeah, you do. It looks good, man.
But you didn't have the soul patch above the chin thing.
Tom, my mustache always bothered you, so I'm growing it thicker just for you.
Okay. Well, you'll be glad to know that your friend and my son Willie is trying to grow a mustache as well, and it's really not happening.
Wait a minute, Al. Is that a framed toucan behind you, Al? That's lovely.
Oh yeah, it's a cool painting.
Oh yeah,
that's a toucan.
That's
now,
toucan
when
Sam,
you did that, how many numbers?
Is there a Hampton Inn missing their painting?
No, it looks nice though. Yeah, that looks nice.
Hey, look, we all find things to do during the quarantine.
Yeah, that's fine, Al. No, it's good. You should have a couple of those running around. Yeah.
Did I show you guys the bullhead? I also
you got a bullhead?
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
That's a real skeleton of a bullhead, right? A skull.
Yeah, it's a real one, straight from Mexico.
You must check us out on YouTube. This is great.
This is a great.
Was that a carry-on or?
We got a guy with a bullhead in 3C. I don't know.
Another one.
I don't know what's going on.
He's going to be trouble.
Well,
You have a
yes, of
very
course
nice
he's a
home.
black guy. Come on.
They probably have those in every flight. It's like the people who come back from the Bahamas, and there's always the one guy that got drunk and thought he'd be really cool by getting the beads in his hair.
Oh yeah.
and, everyone's sober now going, oh, God, look at that jackass.
Wait, now, Tom, I have a quick question about white barbershops. What would you guys say is the average haircut time for a white guy. Not a stylist where he's getting like a blow, but just a guy that sits down and the barber breaks out the shears and the clippers. Like, what's your average wait time?
Well, Tom's average throws things off, I think.
Yeah. I would say 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I take about 25.
Well,
20,
now don't you go to a
minutes.
stylist?
Yeah, I do, and she does a nice job.
In traditional barbershop, I went to a regular barbershop last year.
She
and
shaves my neck.
It was probably 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yikes.
I don't have a lot of hair. It wasn't all that tough. And she had the electric shears, and she'd kind of pull on.
Oh, electric, huh? Okay.
Yeah, but well, how long does it take to do yours? Did your girlfriend just put like a, what do you put, like a some kind of flange on it that like
a guard? Yeah,
gives you like a quarter inch of space there.
Yeah, I mean there's that, but I would say for a professional black barber to cut most black men's hair, I would say the low end would be 30 and the high end would be 50.
Whoa.
Really?
In terms of minutes, yeah. My old barber, they used to cut my hair in the Valley in LA. I love this man to death, but he would cut my hair for like 10 seconds and then just tell me a story. And it would end up being like a 30. He cut my hair and then cut the clippers and be like, did I tell you I had to fight a dude on the bus last week? And then he just, like, literally, he had footage of him fighting a guy on the bus. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. But it's like, it's so social, and black men are so particular about their hair that it does take, I mean, if somebody's like, yeah, my barber cuts my hair in an hour, I wouldn't blink.
Wow. Well, Al, we only have time for our finale here. Do you have a question for me or a new word for me to improve my street vocabulary?
I have one word.
Okay.
I'm going to use it in 5 ways in a sentence.
All right.
And you tell me what it is, okay? And Tom, it's a word. You don't have to panic. The word is grill. I'll give it to you. I'll give you the sentence.
Oh, I know this one.
Grill. Just grill like you think grill, all right?
Okay.
All right. So, Tom, I get home. My girl is ice grilling me. Then she starts grilling me really hard. I know I need to guard my grill because I just got a grill. But we made up and then we just grilled.
Wow.
You know, one of them, I think the third or fourth one is the fake braces known as a grill, right?
The fourth one, yes. A grill, and yes.
The existence of which I find absolutely baffling.
I don't think they're braces. They're just cover-ups for your teeth. They don't adjust anything.
No, but they look like you've got braces.
They
on.
slide on you, yeah.
And then is the other grilling the traditional questions about what you've been up to?
Like grilling?
Yes.
That would be number 2, I think.
And then what was the first one?
No, the first one is my girl is ice grilling me. What does that mean?
You're being questioned about where you've been. The suspicion is that you've been with another woman.
Well, you got to get the cold.
That's the second one.
Get the cold part in there somehow with ice grilling.
Ice grilling means
you do it to chick every day, Tom.
Oh.
Attacking every aspect of his personality.
I think staring at me with gritted teeth.
Yeah. Or just like staring, like you could be somewhere and you're like, what is that dude looking at? You ever been at a bar and just some drunk guy locks onto you and you're like, what is his problem?
Yeah.
Like that, it's just ice grilling. Now, there's a third one. Tom, when the guy says, I figured I needed to guard my grill, what did that mean?
He needs to guard his grill because he just got a new grill.
Because this guy's going to punch him in the mouth?
Yes. Put your hands up.
Yep.
In this case, his girl might smack him. So he needs to guard his grill because he just got a grill.
All right.
And then the last one is you barbecued some meat.
And chilled.
That's right. So Tom, use the word grill in 2 different sentences, in 2 different ways.
Well, I was in my backyard grilling some ribs, and I started to eat them, and they were getting stuck in my grill.
Yeah, exactly right.
Which I was wearing to great effect. Until my neighbor said, "Why are you wearing braces suddenly at your advanced age?"
Oh, so your neighbor started grilling you about your grill?
Yes.
But she had a low-cut top, so you were grilling her then.
Right? I said, you realize that I have Bob and Tom and the Bob and Tom show
in
go ahead, finish it for me.
The trunk.
In the trunk.
That's Tom's favorite thing of the year.
My man, 50 grand.
Trunk is Tom's favorite now. Thanks a lot, Al.
In the trunk. Thanks, Al. We got to go.
Bye, Al. You have a lovely home.
See you, Al.
Thank you very much. I want to, you got to have in a lovely home.
What?
You got to have a great bed, of course.
Of course.
That would be the Sleep Number bed, the best bed ever made. And Josh, what's your sleep number setting?
65. Thank you for coming to me first. That makes me feel special.
Christy Lee, your sleep number setting as well.
35.
That's Jello-like, very
It's very
Chick McGee.
comfortable.
100. I like the firm mattress.
And it stays firm, doesn't it?
It does stay firm.
But if you want to change it at the touch of a button, you can change it. Either side has its own setting, so everybody's comfortable in the Sleep Number bed. Sleep, the key to your health and well-being, especially during these challenging times. Some advice from the Sleep Number people: set a consistent schedule, try to get some form of physical activity in, and stay socially connected and virtually connected. You can call your friends, talk to them, or watch them on the Zoom, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe de-stress with some yoga in the morning. Do some good stuff. Avoid food and exercise right before bedtime, by the way. And also, maybe don't watch all the negativity on television before you go to bed. Maybe read a book that makes you happy. Do something cool for yourself. And discover proven quality sleep from our friends at Sleep Number. Now, we're talking about some great deals going on right now. You can save $1,000 on a Sleep Number 360 special edition bed for a limited time during their Memorial Day sale. How do you check it out? Well, you hit those 3 W's, then you go sleepnumber.com/BT show. The Sleep Number bed, it's the best bed out there, and I know you're going to really like it. I love mine. And again, you can adjust it so if maybe if she wants it this way and you want it that way, everybody's happy. It should be called the Everybody's Happy bed from Sleep Number. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, Christy, what have you got over there?
Oh, we have mannequins in the news in a very weird way. We also have, you may have to ask for permission to go to the bathroom on an airline. And
I thought you did already. Well,
you kind of do.
Well,
okay. Well, we'll find out more about those things when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law. Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
When he's not on with us, you can catch him on the TV, Daily Blast Live. Al Jackson, our West Coast Mountain correspondent, on a Thursday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. A person familiar with the decision tells the Associated Press that the NFL has extended its virtual offseason workouts through the end of May. NFL teams normally would be holding OTAs during May, followed by June minicamps. Those activities are being done remotely due to the pandemic. Florida is willing to be a restart site for professional sports leagues when play resumes following shutdowns caused by the new coronavirus. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said yesterday he's welcoming all pro sports for practicing and playing, although he couldn't guarantee the fans would be permitted. And lawyers for the XFL owner Vince McMahon have argued in court filings that he was justified in firing league CEO Oliver Luck last month, just before the football operation shut down. Luck has filed a federal lawsuit last month over his April 9th termination, alleging the wrestling magnate breached their contract. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Rob Haney is our guest. Now, Rob, are you...
I was... I am, as you might know, I try to be clean, and this is... I feel I might be going over the border with this, but hearing... Do you guys get CNBC here on your cable package?
Yeah.
What's the show that's always about sex? It's only
Real Personal with Bob Berkowitz. Real Personal.
Well, then bag me up if you saw this. The night they had Dr. Ruth Westheimer on as a guest, and this is all true. I don't know how I'm going to clean this up. His guy calls in to ask Dr. Ruth for advice. And he said that he had been dating this girl, but he broke up with her because she had, and this is the hard part, she had extreme odor.
All right.
That's what the man said. I'm sorry, but that's what. And anyways, he said that since they had broken up, they had remained close friends, and she had dated 2 other guys, and those relationships broke off kind of suddenly. He thought maybe it was the same reason. Should I tell her? And as God is my witness, this was Dr. Ruth's advice. She said, send the girl some flowers. And on one side of the card, write a little poem, something positive, something upbeat. Which, to me, that's terrible advice. I mean, I can't imagine, can you imagine that poor guy trying to write that poem?
No.
Roses are red, violets are blue. You're real sweet, but you're woo. I've went over the line, haven't I? So that's not me. That's offensive, isn't it, Paul? You're a classy guy, and that is offensive stuff.
Are we back on the air?
We are now.
I apologize.
Did that have to be clipped?
I apologize.
Yes.
I apologize to you ladies. That's right.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And with us in the studio, a familiar face, great stand-up comedian. Marc Maron is here with us. Mark, good to see you, sir.
All right, and I'm going to visit my mother in Florida, okay, for Thanksgiving. I'm at the LAX airport. It's like 6 in the morning. I'm walking through the airport. I'm a broken mess for months because you know how it happens.
Oh, yeah,
They
sure.
leave you. You're like, you mean you can just take your vagina and leave? Yeah.
Come on.
So,
couldn't you leave that?
Yeah, because they're so fun with it when they're disconnected. To
You
everything.
can buy those.
So,
You can put them right in your pocket.
Oh, that's what I.
are you kidding? I have 2 in my pocket now. Yeah, fellas, I'm juggling. Here's my closer. So,
We are the world.
So I'm walking through LAX, and I'm my face is red from crying. Whatever. I'm a mess. And I see my first wife with her new husband at a gate. And I'm thinking, when you're walking, you're like, I'm just going to become invisible. If I think I'm invisible, no one will see me. So I just put the blinders up, and I walk past the gate. I'm like, good, okay, because I really couldn't handle seeing her. And then I hear, Mark! Hi. Right, and I turn around. She comes running up to me, and it's familiar. You've been with this person 8 years. You're like, oh, there she is, the woman I was married to, and I hurt badly. And she comes running up to me, and she's like, how are you? And I don't know what happened, but she goes, how are you? I burst out crying.
Nice.
I could not control. I just started blubbering. I just crying. And she looked at me. It was beautiful. She goes, not so good, huh?
Yeah.
And I was
Perceptive. That's the thing you love about her.
But I was happy that she had that moment. I deserved that.
Yeah.
You know?
Not so good, huh? We're in first class. Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
We're boarding.
But look,
Will you take care?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck with everything.
Oh, go ahead. Can you grab that over there?
Good morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man. It's Donnie Biker.
Hi, Donnie.
Hey, you guys ever fart in elevators, man?
Every now and then.
Well, you do. Here's what you do.
All right, all right.
You fart in it, then send it up about 9 floors.
Oh, yeah.
Then wait on it to come back. And you know it's a good one if the door opens and it starts roaming a lobby like a spirit or something, man. Oh, no, man. The plants wilted. I like talking to people in the elevators.
Oh, boy, that guy again. 8:48 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has an update in the forecast.
Oh, we have some showers moving through central Indiana right now. It'll be windy this afternoon with thunderstorms and a high near 80. Scattered the storms overnight, low 60, and then thunderstorms again tomorrow with a high of 72. Currently 57.
What's our new song?
What's our new song?
Scattered thunderstorms. Boom, boom, boom.
Don't blame him on the car X, man. Anybody? Nothing?
I love it.
I'll be listening to Q95 for your shot at some serious cash throughout the day, blah, blah, blah. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah?
Turn your ears up.
Okay.
Josh, take over.
Well, turn those ears up and listen to the likes of Ace Cosby. We heard his delightful joke of the day earlier.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Chick McGee right there.
Tom just sneezed as loud as I've ever heard anything.
That turned the fan on.
I was underneath the table. I've already sanitized.
Get that fan going.
Caught it all.
All right.
All the droplets went to the floor. You guys are okay.
That's all right. None of them reached me over here at the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair, and none of them reached Chick McGee over there at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
And
Yes, and crazy cock wine is a real thing.
It is, yeah.
And check. Tell your local liquor store guy, hey, look, why aren't you getting the crazy cock wine for me?
That's right.
I don't miss hearing those sneezes because I'm in the performance room. They don't have to be exposed at all.
Otherwise known as the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
The sneeze-free newsroom.
And look who it is on the big screen. Mr. Pat Godwin and the Around the Corner Fudge has made.
I'm in another wing. I'm immune to your sneeze.
That's right.
He's in the other...
or are we immune to you?
You never know.
Okay, I just was going back and forth with our friend Al Jackson.
Yeah?
I asked him if there was a street term for shelter in place.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently there is.
What is it?
In the cut.
Huh.
Have you heard this?
I have not, but I'm not very street.
What?
Maybe we should get Al back on the line, Dean. I don't know.
In the cut?
In the cut?
I've not
I
heard
don't
it.
even know why it would be. What's cut mean?
I don't know. Well, maybe we need to get some more
in the cut
explanation of this. I had not heard that.
In the meantime, I have a story.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
A Virginia inn has filled its empty tables with mannequins for socially distanced dining. As restaurants began to reopen at half capacity, the inn at Little Washington decided to fill their empty tables with different scenes using mannequins dressed in 1940s attire.
Yeah,
I put this up on Twitter. If you've not seen it, it's creepy as heck.
Yeah, it does sound creepy.
One table features a business meeting. Josh, another, has a view of a posed proposal.
Oh.
If they should be accurate, they should have a table of four, and they're all staring at their cell phones.
Well, that wouldn't be
Well, not in the 40s.
Time traveling.
The restaurant's waiters have also been instructed to pour wine for the inanimate guests.
No.
That's a waste of wine. What are they doing?
Whoa.
Unless they get to drink it after they close. The inn is collaborating with a Tony Award-winning theater company, Signature Theater, as well as Design Foundry to craft the mannequin scenes. It's kind of an interesting...
Because they could only have whatever it is, 50% capacity, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah?
Oh, it's weird. I don't care.
It's kind of creepy, but
That'd be
it's...
weird if you went to your friend's house and they did that.
Yes.
You know the Coens.
Jeez.
In your brain, is that what you had ready to say? That's what you were going to do?
No, I just thought of that. It
So
wasn't
you
really,
have a dinner party and
You
didn't have time to filter through my brain.
Didn't real reflect. Yeah.
you have a dinner party and you have like a mannequin in between each of your guests?
You love puppets. This sounds like a dream come true for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but remember, our producer Dean is a big president's guy.
Right.
And when
Man, that was a funny morning.
And when the Presidential Museum in wherever it was, Pennsylvania, closed, he went and he bought 2 of the wax dummies of the presidents.
Right.
Didn't tell me.
I thought he bought 4. Didn't you buy 4? I think he bought 4.
Well, all I know is I came in one morning and he hadn't told me, and I popped the lights on. And there are 2 full-size president's dummies sitting in those 2 chairs over there. I just about pooped my pants.
I want to say Harding.
Terrified me.
Harding was definitely one of them, I think.
One of them was Tyler, I think. No? I got them both wrong?
Who is it, Dean? Let
One
Dean say.
of them was rated the most handsome of all presidents. I remember that.
Madison? Monroe?
No, he was considered to be the most handsome.
John Kennedy?
No.
Franklin? Benjamin Franklin?
Was it Zachary Taylor?
Keep listing presidents, everybody.
Theodore Roosevelt. Dean, who was the really handsome one?
Oh, here he comes.
Franklin
Frederick
Pierce.
Pierce is gorgeous.
But
Franklin
they were full-size wax dummies.
Frederick
And
Pierce is a saint.
when you're not expecting a full-size wax dummy, when you pop the lights on in a dark room, it really scared
Well,
me.
I'm sure it did.
Oh, hey now. That's
Hey.
a beautiful man.
Oh, hey, we got Al again. Hey, Al, sorry to bug you.
Got your computer working, huh?
No, I just use a tripod and I have my Facebook light behind me.
Okay,
So it gives off a glow.
Yeah, Al, I was asking you off the air. Is there a term for this whole shelter in place thing? Is there a street term for this? And you said in the cut.
Yeah, you could say like I'm tucked away in the cut. In the cut just means people don't see you. So you could say, "Hey Tom, I didn't see you at Chick's birthday party." You'd be like, "Oh, I was there. I was just in the cut. I just said hello and just kind of had some hors d'oeuvres and left."
Oh, so I could say I was chilling in my crib, and then I remained in the cut.
Is crib still used for a home? My crib?
Yeah. No, people say that all the time.
All right.
Crib is, it's one of those words that kind of stood the test of time, almost like cool. And even like, I mean, you see dope coming back. I was watching the Fabletics commercial, for white women.
Leggings.
Oh, we just lost Al. Sorry. Oh, we got Al frozen though.
I like it.
It's a good look.
Kind of menacing.
Yeah. Sorry, Al. He's just been cut.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of in the cut, he just. What if he knows? There, Al, we lost you. Are you back live?
Yes, I don't know. I pay a lot of money for my internet, Tom, and I'm very disappointed today. Let me just tell you that.
Okay, so let me see if I can use this correctly. They'll say, let's see. I didn't go to the. I'm sorry. We didn't see you at the party, and I would say, well, I was in the cut, chilling at my crib. Does that mean I went and left early, or I'm just never was there?
You would say I was in the cut and then I went and chilled at my crib. You can't be both. You can't be at your crib and in the cut at the party.
Okay, so in the cut means you were there, but then you weren't.
You could also say tucked away or on the low.
On the DL, is that what it is?
On the down low? Good
low?
job. Good for you, DL.
Down low has a different connotation, guys.
Oh.
Does?
Ace is laughing. What is?
What's it mean?
It means that the information is being kept not wide.
Oh, it's on the down low?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's another.
Is it sort of a secret?
Is there a sexual connotation I'm gathering?
Yeah.
Yes. You see Ace knows. On the down low means that you're usually in Ace, your sexuality is not being called into question here. But, being on the down low means that you are
closeted?
You also go with the other gender, but you don't tell people. So
I did not know that. I thought it just meant it was sort of a secret.
Huh.
But it came from okay.
Yeah, so you could say like somebody's a down low brother. Like that's what that means.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I didn't know that either. I gotta brush up my slang. Well, thank you. Al, always a pleasure. And tell us, I forgot to ask you, how are things going at work?
Things are great at work. Starting to sneak back to the studio. I'll be in studio again today on Daily Blast Live. So yeah, things are slowly starting to get back to normal. I can't wait to get back in there with you guys. I miss your faces. Okay. Who knew?
Thank you, Al. Al Jackson, The Daily Blast. Check it out online. And you just made the cut, Al, because we're taking a break. When we get back, we have a song about the mannequins in the restaurant, apparently. I'm looking forward to that when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, if you missed today's show, we'll have an afternoon replay for you beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern. Christopher steps in and we replay today's show back to back. It's an afternoon double play just for you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. The U.S. immunologist who says he lost his government job because he warned the Trump administration to prepare for the coronavirus pandemic is not backing off his bleak forecast. Dr. Rick Bright is preparing to tell Congress that America faces the darkest winter in modern history unless its leaders act decisively to prevent a rebound of the coronavirus. Bright is set to appear today before the House Energy and Commerce Committee. The president, meanwhile, called on governors across the nation to work to reopen schools closed because of the coronavirus, pointedly taking issue with Dr. Anthony Fauci's caution against moving too quickly in sending students back to class. The president said, I think we should open the schools. Absolutely. Our country's got to get back, and it's got to get back as soon as possible. And you've heard of wedding ceremonies. Well, welcome to the age of the wedding minimony. It's what couples restricted by the coronavirus restrictions cobble together to celebrate their weddings. Rather than opting to cancel, couples are deciding to tie the knot either alone or with some local loved ones at a safe social distance, of course, or stream the ceremony through the internet. In some cases, couples plan to reschedule larger celebrations when the COVID-19 crisis ease. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show on the way.
And now, here's your chance to win a pair of wireless Raycon earbuds, just like the ones Chick McGee wears.
What?
That's right, and here's all you need to do. Download the free Bob and Tom app from iTunes or Google Play. Locate the Raycon contest code on the news feed. Enter that code at bobandtom.com/contest, and you're registered to win.
I can't believe I'm saying this. That makes perfect sense.
The everyday E25 wireless Raycon earbuds, their best earbuds yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit.
You don't understand this because your mind doesn't work at a normal fashion.
Right.
All the details now at bobandtom.com. Thanks to Raycon, Chick McGee,
That's a joke.
and the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Today is every Monday, a morning college lecture. Taking notes on Socrates and other useless crap. From Kierkegaard to Nietzsche and all those stupid douchebags who couldn't find their asses with a flashlight and a map. I've heard it all before. I failed this class last year. I know exactly what this lecture needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the girls from Master Beta, the Kappas and the Thetas, and that redhead in my row. We'll spray them with cold water, they'll jiggle and read Plato. I'll cheer them on as Aristotle Jr. starts to grow. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. It's another Monday morning, our weekly office meeting. I'm very much hungover and this room is really bright. My dumbass boss starts talking about how to cut expenses. I should have stayed in bed and tapped that girl I met last night. I've heard this crap before. I should raise my hand. I know exactly what this meeting needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the ladies from accounting, plus all the secretaries and that one girl I don't know. Jump on the conference table, we'll spray them with cold water. Their shirts become transparent and their tatas start to show. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. No matter where your Monday morning finds you, you can turn a frown into a grin. Just grab a great big bucket of cold water, 'cause away.
Well, now I want to go to Victory and see an Indy.
I know, man.
9:03 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee's got the forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Showers early, windy later with thunderstorms possible, and a high of 80. Right now, it's raining pretty hard, 57.
Okay, thank you, Christy Lee. Be sure to listen for some shots at some serious cash from Q95. Could be coming up with Crystal. I'm not saying for sure. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here on this, the 14th of May, 2020. The quarantine continues.
The core.
We're having some fun.
We're in the cut.
And let's see now. That's Mr. McGee across the way.
Thank you.
Not just any sports desk. That's the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
Can we get our nameplates and put them in front of us like a Senate hearing and put Mr. McGee, Mr.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Mr. Arnold, Mr. Griswold, Mr. Cosby. Whoops.
Yeah, I might want to go first names on that one.
Ms. Lee, MS period Lee.
Oh, yes.
Okay. We'll find Ms. Lee right over there at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Where it's Military Appreciation Month.
All right. And you'll find, by the way, you'll find Mr. Arnold over there at the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. Thank you very much. And Mr. Godwin's over there in the other room and around the corner where the fudge is made. Thank you very much. And Christy, we were talking about this restaurant with the mannequins. I finally got a picture of it.
Yeah, I saw it. I put it up on Twitter. It's amazing.
It's to continue the so-called social distancing. They're putting every other table has mannequins sitting there.
Yes, dressed in 40s attire, and they're in different. There's a posed proposal. There's one table that looks like a business meeting.
Sounds like something Vincent Price would do.
Follow me on this logic. This is like the red ketchup bottles of people.
What? I'm not following it.
No, the fake ketchup bottles they look full, but they're not.
Oh.
Right. So the mannequins make them look full,
but it's not. I get it. I hear your logic. Yeah.
There's a joke there?
No.
They're also apparently one of our listeners. There's a restaurant in South Carolina that's doing something very similar using blow-up dolls dressed up. No, they're dressed up and they have wigs and everything.
All right.
Yeah, they're not the obscene ones.
Some drunk's going to hit on one of them.
No, they're not the obscene dolls.
Like your mouth.
Is that in Charleston at Hyman's?
No.
Yeah,
Hyman Seafood?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Hyman's.
It is. It's great.
Once again, they're manic. To be realistic, like I said, they should have a contemporary couple. Maybe a family of four, and they're all staring at their cell phones.
Sure.
Okay. But right now, Pat, you have a song about this?
This place sounds perfect for a single diner like myself. Here we go.
Okay.
At a restaurant in Virginia, for their business to continue, they need some phony assistance, keeping folks at a distance. I'm a dining with the mannequin. And when I don't have a date, this place works out great. I don't look like a loser or a lonely old boozer. I'm a dining with the mannequin. I'm a dining with the mannequin. Have another Heineken. I'll get down on one knee, ask her to marry me. I'm a dining with the mannequin. I'm all done right here.
That's great.
You know what?
Right. Well,
that's not a bad idea he has, actually.
Dining with myself would fit right.
Yes.
Yeah. Dining with myself.
But then the joke would be gone because it's a song about mannequins.
Well, I know, but he could mention the mannequins.
I went back and forth on that. Absolutely.
You made the right choice.
Wouldn't it be interesting if a restaurant offered you, as a single diner, a table that had
that just shouts out "bigger loser"?
That is so
just
sad.
Totally humiliating.
This one mannequin's wearing a straw hat, down on one knee, proposing to a weird mannequin woman. Yeah. Oh, it's so creepy.
Yeah.
I can't tell
Look at this lunatic's vision of a restaurant.
It's fun.
It's a beautiful place.
They are serving people meat.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's the punchline. Yes.
You're a real big fat person.
The mannequin's probably lousy tippers. I got stiffed by table 4 again.
Oh, jeez.
That's like eating with Bernie. Yeah, he just stares off into space.
Yeah.
Wow. It does have kind of a haunting feel. It's an old looking restaurant.
Right.
Sick.
I mean, there's some guy that's going to want to rent one of the mannequins out. Can I go upstairs with her? You're right, but you got a drill.
Do you have an orifice?
Sir, that's a doll, you're telling me.
She's a doll.
Lucky stuff.
Yeah, they're going to do this at Hooters, but they're going to have really prominent nipples.
Oh.
On the.
Well.
Well, let's move on, shall we? Christy Lee, once again, at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. What have we missed, Christy?
About 200 escaped goats is what you've missed. They've taken over the streets of San Jose, California.
Who are they kidding?
Terry Rollins told NBC Bay Area
we're on your side
that he uses the goats to clear the brush on the hill behind his house. But the animals broke free from the electric fence Tuesday and spilled onto the nearby neighborhood. Terry's son Zach tweeted video of the goats and said they were wreaking havoc on their street. That video shows the horde being herded through the street with a few errant goats breaking off to munch on flowers, trees, and bushes. A neighbor helped lead the animals back to the ranch lands.
Well, got their grass cut for free.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
Although a multitude of goat turds to weave through. I'm guessing. High on a hill, there's a lonely goat turd. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Nobody
do
does.
You know?
Or maybe it's just her.
Jose.
She keeps forgetting. I forget.
Yeah, it's west from here. That's all I know.
Oh, it's way west.
Yeah, I've been there. It's beautiful. A Facebook group in which users pretend to be an ant colony has grown to more than 1.8 million members.
I don't understand it.
The group calls itself a group where we all pretend to be ants in an ant colony, Josh.
Wow.
And it has grown from 100,000 members at the beginning of March to more than 1.8 mil. Its creator, Tyrese Childs, told NBC News members role play as members of an ant colony, posting pictures of ants participating in various activities, including crawling on food and carrying leaves. Then they type actions such as dig, lift, and bite as
Josh,
they act out tasks in service of the colony's queen.
Josh, don't you have one of these? It's what's the name of this thing again? Ants. What is
It's an ant colony. It doesn't really have a name.
Ant World.
Okay. Isn't there a porno thing where they have uncles?
Yeah.
In service of nieces, primarily.
You wilfs.
Dirty ants.
Wonder who gets to be the queen in this deal. Wonder how you get
So these
that.
are people pretending to be ants?
Yes, in an ant colony on
they're
Facebook.
That bored?
Yeah, apparently.
All
There are
right.
a lot of bored people out there, Tom.
It's all fun and games till somebody comes as a giant magnifying glass.
A recent study has found otters juggle stones when they're hungry. Researchers from the
Well, they just
University of
eat.
Exeter found that young and senior otters juggled more than adult otters did, which researchers suggest might aid in the development of juvenile otters and keep the brain active in seniors. Hungry otters also tended to juggle more, indicating that it may be a misdirected behavior in anticipation of feeding time.
Really?
Lead study author Mary Lisa Allison said, while hunger is likely to drive rock juggling in the moment, the ultimate function of the behavior is still a mystery.
So these are, in effect, the fidget spinners of the otter world.
Apparently.
Yes. Boy, what happened to the fidget spinner?
I still break mine out every now and again. I've got it in my end table.
I had one laying around here. I don't know if it's gone or not.
Wow. Juggling otters.
I haven't seen it in a while.
That's kind of fun.
Otters
I don't understand the stone.
And chick,
otters are kind of disgusting, so
don't read.
Don't breed anything.
I've always thought they were kind of cute. Then
They
Chick
are
told me
cute.
something off the air. Did you tell her?
Oh, they
that?
hump their dead, right?
Well, they evidently, according to the otter expert that weighed in,
Yes.
they kill for fun, I guess.
Oh, man.
Psychopaths.
Yeah, they're evidently otters are insane.
Okay, let's a palate cleanser.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
There you go. Says no.
Dion Werewolf. Is that Dion Warwick?
No, it's Dion Werewolf.
I would go see Dion Werewolf.
I would too.
That would be.
Do you know the way to San Jose?
That would be a great show.
Dion Werewolf.
So you got her doing Wolfman Jack.
Yes.
Even funnier. That's
Wolfman Jay.
terrific. Now,
Wolfman Dion.
thank you very much. If you want to hear Dionne Warwick or anybody sounding really good, you got to listen to them in your earbuds. Earbuds, never more necessary in life than now. Sometimes you just got to cut everybody else in the world out.
Yeah.
Just have you and whatever's in your head. That's where the Raycon earbuds come in. They are the best. They're about half the price of those white ones that are so expensive they keep falling out of your ears. The newest model is the E25 earbuds. By the way, you can win a pair of them if you go to bobandtom.com/contest. Check that out, but they're very inexpensive. Let's buy a pair. Raycon's wireless earbuds. They're the most comfortable. Perfect for that on-the-go listening you want to do. And, by the way, they've got seamless Bluetooth pairing. Plenty of bass, so much so that they're loved by Chick McGee and Snoop Dogg.
That's right.
The Raycon E25s, state-of-the-art for about half the price. So check them out. And, by the way, you can get them delivered right to your house. That's the beauty of this right now. You don't have to go out to the store. 15% off your order if you go to buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for the best earbuds out there. Buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off the Raycon wireless earbuds. Get them right now. You're not going to regret it because you're going to be doing a lot of listening. And you can be talking on the phone, et cetera, et cetera. You get some peace. Buyraycon.com/Tom. When we come back, we'll be joined by the great comedian Frank Caliendo. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure, you're probably listening to me right now on the Bob and Tom app, but maybe you haven't downloaded it yet. Maybe your friends and neighbors don't even know about the Bob and Tom app. Well, tell them to get it. Download it today. You could win a free pair of E25 Raycon earbuds. Just go to the news feed on the Bob and Tom app, get the Raycon contest code, head over to bobandtom.com/contest, enter that code, and you could be a big winner of Raycon earbuds for free. How cool is that? Just download the Bob and Tom app today in your iTunes or Google Play Store and let everybody know about it. You can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Chick McGee, the first voice you hear every morning. Oh, yeah. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Melissa Etheridge says her son, Beckett Cypher, has died. She released a statement saying opioid addiction was behind Cypher's death. It read in part, quote, "Today I join the hundreds of thousands of families who've lost loved ones to opioid addiction." No other details were revealed. Cypher is one of two children Etheridge had with her former partner, Julie Cypher. Beckett was conceived with sperm from Rock and Roll Hall of Famer David Crosby. The musical about Michael Jackson will not debut on Broadway until next year because of the coronavirus outbreak. Performances of MJ will start March of 2021. Preview performances had been scheduled to start July 6th. Broadway producers have not announced when theaters will reopen, but refunds are being given for shows through September 6th. And Kevin Hart and Nick Jonas are helping to put a spotlight on those in the forefront of the fight against the coronavirus. Hart and Jonas will appear in the 8-episode documentary series Regular Heroes. The series has been running on Amazon Prime Video since May 8th, with new episodes available every Friday through June 26th. And that's your entertainment news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Ace Cosby joke of the day. Ace.
This was jokes, observation.
Yeah.
There was this doctor. He went to the same bar every day and ordered a walnut daiquiri. A daiquiri with walnut. The bar ran out of walnuts one day.
Oh.
So they had to use hickory nuts.
Oh.
The doctor tasted it and goes, "This isn't a walnut daiquiri." He goes, "No, it's a hickory daiquiri, doc."
Wow, I love that.
I did too.
It's a hickory daiquiri.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom. 24/7.
On the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Coming up, comedian Frank Caliendo will be joining us. Right now, I look over there and I see Christy Lee behind the glass, and she's got the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Showers early, then windy with a chance for thunderstorms this afternoon. Warming all the way up to 80 degrees, though. Scattered storms overnight, low 60, and then thunderstorms in the forecast again for Friday with a high of 72. Currently 57.
Once again, the new theme song. Scattered thunderstorms. Boom, boom, boom. Don't blame it on the CarX Man.
No.
There you go. Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Be listening. I know Crystal's got another shot at some serious cash coming up here on Q95. Also, we'll have the Bob and Tom after party. And I've been training Alexa. Mm-hmm. Alexa, play Q95 via iHeartRadio, please. There you go. And do it all day long. Thank you very much, Alexa. We certainly appreciate that. Coming up, we've got Frank Caliendo waiting in the wings, and an interesting story about what's happening on the airlines when it's time to go to the bathroom. Now, welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
What's so funny?
I look to my left, and on the big screen, I see somebody who could or couldn't be Frank Caliendo. Who is that?
Yeah, it's a mix of stuff. I just didn't. I got out of bed. I had bedhead, and I threw on. I was thinking it was going to be Jeff Goldblum glasses with a Bruce Arians hat, but guess what? It just turns into Bruce Arians, and then I realized that I've got a Samuel L. Jackson thing happening too, and
Yes.
stay at home.
So
there you go. The Kangle? Is that what it is, chick?
Well,
it's not actually
Well, it's an NFL version of it. It's that style, but I don't think it's a Kangol. No.
Okay. That's the great comedian Frank Caliendo. Then we'll go this way. There's Pat Godwin on the screen. Then Chick McGee's over there. I'm Tom. That's Josh. Ace is our engineer, of course. And you're actually not wearing Raiders gear today. And then
I feel like I've let you down now. You were hoping for full makeup Gruden. I tell you what, man, Caliendo only dances like a clown so much, man. Where do these glasses come from? Why am I wearing a Cardinals cap? Is this a Kangle? I've been listening, man.
Yeah. There's Christy Lee behind the glass. Frank, so once again, in place, at home, by yourself. You got the family there, though, right?
Yeah, I think we're allowed. I'm not sure. I'm starting to get scared to leave now. Not scared exactly. I just like sitting at home, not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I have a little bit of fear and stuff like that, but it's more that I really enjoyed being a hermit. So, because this is my natural state. I would like to just be at home all the time, and going out into the world is weird for me at this point.
Were you going on walks at least? I mean, were you getting out of your house?
Yeah, I have a big yard and stuff like that. So we get out and we get in the pool, even all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're lucky that way. So it's not a situation where I'm stuck. I mean, I couldn't imagine, 22-year-old me or 18 or probably 19, 20-year-old me in a little apartment in Kenosha, Wisconsin, but while school is going on, while college is going on. So yeah, pretty lucky that way. Last night, it's odd because it's just, all I do really is food and then try and go exercise off the food. And I mean, that's the reality. And I've been trying to eat better, but Juliet made banana bread last night.
Oh, yeah.
So we can't have nuts in the house, right? Because Joey is allergic to nuts. So I was trying to figure out why the banana bread was so good. I love banana bread. Nothing against the banana bread industry here, guys.
Okay.
I love banana bread, but this was unbelievably moist, perfect banana bread. And it turns out that she substituted chocolate chips for the nuts.
Christy Lee does that.
I do that. I love it.
Oh, it's so good. But then it calls for a 3/4 cup, because my wife was explaining this, Michelle, 3/4 of a cup of nuts, and she put in a full bag, a giant bag of chocolate. So it's chocolate chip bread with a little bit of banana in it.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, it's even better than you think.
Wow. I just landed on your website, Frank, and I'm looking at your outfit as Andy Reid. Hilarious. And the resemblance is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that. I appreciate that. I mean, the Andy Reid, I could bring that on for you. That's
and you've got your Mahomes jersey in the picture.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, it's not that hard to throw on.
You got the stash.
Man.
That's very good.
Got it all here. I mean, I don't ever clean up anything. It's the wrong hat, I guess. But I just couldn't. I can only do so much with Andy Reid. So. And apparently I can only do so much with showing the jersey on the screen.
Well, we got you on the visual component of this is on YouTube right now, but
yeah. So the Andy Reid, I had talked to you guys right before, or I think I just put that up. So I just put up that coaches video that went crazy, which was all the coaches just talking about looking at not all the coaches, but a bunch of coaches looking at their schedule. And like I said, I just put it up before I went on with you, and it just hit 5 million views on Twitter. It just, it went crazy. So,
which other coaches? Obviously, you do Gruden. Who else do you do?
In that, I did a little Sean McVay. That's which is just Gruden brought up. It's somehow he's kind of like the Chicago Superfans. I don't understand how that comes about. Then I did these Adam Gase eyes, which was just a gimmick thing with him because he's got these crazy eyes. People went nuts for that too, but it was just one of the big things was just Gruden looking at his schedule, going win, buy, win. So that was big, and Andy Reid just messing around with the jersey, but it was huge on Sports Center. They were putting it up all over the place. It was on TV. One of those crazy times where I was hoping for 1 million views, and then when it hit, it's hitting 2 million and 3 million. I'm like, holy cow, this is nuts. So
good.
It was an exciting week.
Well, it's about as close as we're going to get to hearing from the real Gruden for a while anyway. So it looks like the NFL may be able to get a season going. That's got to be good news for you. Will you be doing your bits on the various sports networks from your house?
I don't know. I'm not doing anything officially with anybody right now. And what they normally do at this point is they'll watch me do something online and go, "Hey, can we use that?" I'm like, "Sure, why not? Good, go for it." We'll see what happens. I've had some people sniffing around for different things, and the weird thing with me is I've done so many of those types of things that when they have ideas, usually the ideas that they have make me go, I've done that 6,000 times already, and it doesn't do anything. So it's the new stuff mixed in with a little bit of the Gruden mixed in with the Sean McVay and the Andy Reid and stuff that gets it to go a little bit.
Have you done any? Can you do anybody from Tiger King? Have you suffered through that yet?
Let me get my blonde wig and I'll just be Carol.
Hey, all you cats and kittens.
Well, there you go. That isn't bad.
Hey, you got to grit your teeth.
Yeah, you got to grit your teeth. Hey, all you cats and kittens.
Yeah, I started working on a Joe. I always want to call him Joe Isuzu. What's his name?
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Isuzu. Yeah,
I'd forgotten about
I remember
that
him.
I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to do, but then I saw everybody on Earth was doing that impression. I was like, well, it's going to fall into the mix of everybody else doing it. So I didn't even really start working on it.
And it almost feels like Tiger King was last year.
Yeah, it does.
It was just a few weeks ago that thing landed.
Nobody knows what day it is anymore.
Nope.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
Now, Frank, what have you been watching at home? Have you been binging anything?
I went back and started watching The Americans again.
Oh,
You guys
great
ever
show.
watch that?
I love that show. So every episode.
Incredible. My wife just started watching, she started watching and finished watching Mad Men. So she went through the whole Mad Men season, then was mad at the end. I'm like, no, this is what happened at the end. She's like, I didn't get it. I'm like, a lot of people didn't care.
I thought the end of Mad Men was great.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, you have to make an assumption. You have to make an assumption of what happened. And if you're my wife and you're just I think they were just watching for Don Draper. I don't think they cared about the story. I think they just went, "Oh, he's handsome the whole time."
Well,
have you ever heard you talk about The Americans? Have you ever heard the real speaking voice of the star of that show?
Yes, is he Welsh?
Yeah, is it pronounced Matthew Rhys? Is that how you pronounce
very
it?
thick Welsh accent. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it when I heard him actually speak and the way he normally speaks. He's an amazing actor. His voice, you should appreciate that as a voice guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. You ever watch some of the people from The Walking Dead talk?
Mm-mm.
When they aren't, because they all, hey, we have to take care of all of the react. There's like multiple syllables, but when they talk, they're like, oh yes, I was just working on that character for about 20 years. I've been behind the scenes trying to figure it out what we're doing. And it's like watching the kid who plays Peter Parker, Tom Holland, when he's got the British accent. You go, oh. That's why they speak so articulately, because they are pronouncing every single syllable and hitting every single one, because it's like them doing an accent for us. So for them, it's like me doing a French accent. They're hitting those things that are a little bit big, but I think as Americans, we have so many different dialects and different ways of speaking English that we don't pick up on that as much. Because when you do an accent, you do like a British accent for somebody from Europe, they'll be like, you've mixed a couple of them, so it's not exactly it. But here, you don't even know.
This guy, you'd never know he was. He's portraying a Russian who's in America as a spy, but his English is incredible, absolutely perfect. We're talking with comedian Frank Caliendo, and Frank, if people want to see all these videos, what's the best spot to go?
At Frank Caliendo, as always. If you can't spell Caliendo, it's the letter C, the word alien, and the word do. At Frank C Alien Do. I believe you guys just put up. I did a thing last night just for fun because I saw Rex Chapman, who's really big on Twitter, the former Kentucky basketball player. Yeah, Christy, you do a lot of stuff there.
I love him.
And he had this one little kid chef video, and then Keith Olbermann tweeted out that it was the young Swedish chef. So I made a Swedish chef thing underneath him. I did a voiceover and edited a little bit for the little kid going. And then as I'm narrating through it, he says, here and here, eat the mushrooms. And then, he's happy from eating the mushrooms. He's a slap in the belly.
That's a great video. Well, Frank, we got to check out. Okay. Always a pleasure. And once again, check out Mr. Caliendo. A lot of great videos on your website. And well worth just seeing the little baby chef just now.
Just
it's hilarious.
And that coming up real soon, Triple Shack. I'm putting that up today. It was on my podcast, Caliendo Cast. It's me, John Holmberg, and Shaq all doing Shaq at the same time. Triple Shack.
Oh, wow. Cool. Well, check it out. Thanks, Frank.
Bye, Frank.
Thanks, we have to get over that way real quick. We have a couple things, Christy, that we failed. Do you have the bizarre story about the lady at Yellowstone?
Yeah, that's not a happy story.
No. It's not one of those where she wandered into...
Yes, she did.
Well, there's something about this that really bugs me, and I'll let you read it and see if you can figure out what it is.
A woman has been injured after falling into a so-called thermal feature at Yellowstone National Park.
Right.
Park officials confirmed the woman illegally entered the park Tuesday morning and fell into a thermal feature at Old Faithful. The unnamed woman suffered burns but managed to drive away before park rangers contacted her about 1 mile south of Mammoth Hot Springs. A helicopter took her to the burn center at Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center.
Doesn't it bug you that they call it a thermal feature?
I like it.
Like it's part of a ride at Disney World?
I think it's cool. One of the electric car manufacturers in the early days kept having thermal incidents.
Yes.
And it was the batteries exploding and burning.
They were didn't they call some of the Samsung stuff a thermal incident?
A thermal
at first?
Yellowstone is on a super volcano. That's what Old Faithful.
Yeah, she fell into what is like basically a swamp of magma.
Right.
Whatever the hell it is.
I don't know how would anything be left of her.
I don't know.
Exactly.
And she drove
I know there was
herself
one
out?
person a couple years ago that remember this straight off they have boardwalks or whatever and
poached themselves.
Yeah. They didn't make it.
It was more of a parboiling. But, I just calling it a thermal feature seems to be.
It does make it seem a little.
I think it sounds
nice.
so cool.
Yeah, it sounds like it's something that they added when they found it. Well, this is a lovely space. Why don't we put a thermal feature?
It sounds like realtor talk, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. What do they call it in real estate? Don't they call it a water feature?
Right.
Yeah.
A bird bath. It's a water feature.
Water feature.
Yeah. Or a wet basement. Either one.
Doug, is that a volcano in my backyard? Oh, it's a thermal feature.
It's a thermal feature. Yeah,
sought after in these days.
My mom boiled herself alive at Yellowstone, and all I got was this crappy T-shirt.
Oh, boy.
It's about to blow up here any minute.
So what is that? I mean, what is this? Is it sort of a semi-boiling water underneath the boardwalk?
I've always wanted to go there. I've never gone to Yellowstone. It's
go
on
there
my
before,
bucket list.
Go there.
Which
list?
My bucket list.
Oh, bucket. Oh.
Gee, what is wrong with you guys?
Well, we don't have that kind of time.
Astronauts on the International Space Station making news. They have been experimenting with Nickelodeon's green slime.
You mean astronauts in a Hollywood soundstage?
Oh, for God's sake.
For those of you who still believe we're having a space program.
After Nickelodeon sent up its famed goo last summer, NASA astronauts Christina Koch and Andrew Morgan, along with European Space Agency astronaut Luca Parmitano, got slimed in space. Koch said it's not often that you're given a couple of hours to play with slime, with the ground teams directing you to shoot your friend with slime from a syringe or fill a balloon with slime.
It's in the controls. It's in the controls.
The experiment, which also involves spinning the slime and paddling it around, provides critical insight on how liquids behave in the absence of gravity.
Here's a photograph of
you can see it on Nickelodeon's
this
virtual
astronaut,
field trip.
Christina Koch with the slime syringe.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Josh was saying off the air that he wanted to get one of those slime syringes and fill it with sour cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a sour cream gun. That's what I talk about off the air. Food devices.
Yeah.
You got taco night. You gotta show those tacos who's boss. I've got a sour cream gun.
That's what he
Stand
does,
back, bitch. I don't know how big this thing gets.
I'm surprised somebody from Taco Bell hasn't sent you one of those yet.
A sour cream gun.
Because they're like $120.
Are they
So
really?
cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Oh,
You
my
could make your
goodness.
own, I guess, out of a caulk gun.
Caulk gun. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
This is really pretty cool. Are you looking at these pictures, Kristen?
No, but I'm going to go.
Yeah, this is
during the
pretty
break
neat
and
on the
look at it.
International Space Station with the Nickelodeon stuff. Great, very cool. Very
Also
cool.
in the news, speaking of flying, Ryanair passengers will have to ask permission to go to the bathroom as part of the new safety measures to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The low-budget UK carrier announced lines on board for the toilet have been banned, and travelers will have to request access from the crew, according to the BBC.
So you need a hall pass?
Yeah, you got to raise your hand.
How can we make flying even more miserable?
No kidding.
Have a hall monitor.
Press the call button once for pee, twice for doozy.
For deucing.
I'm sorry, sir. We're experiencing turbulence. You're going to have to use the barf bag. God. Does the flight attendant stay to make sure you wash your hands after?
I hope not.
Remember
I
that
don't want
back in the
anybody
day?
watching, but yikes.
Have you ever deuced on a plane?
No, God,
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
I never have either. Anybody?
No, I vomited on a plane.
Oh, thank you. That's
A couple times. Oh, it's the other end, of course.
So sorry I brought that up.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Josh, when not
talking about sour cream guns,
talking about how he wants to get a sour cream gun, is planting his posterior on the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair.
And he's in the orangeinsoles.com chair, but on his feet are orange insoles.
That's right.
And you can get yours at orangeinsoles.com because you can't control anything right now, it seems, but what you can control, your health and fitness. It's up to you. Take this as an opportunity to work on a better, healthier you. Get moving. It's easy, especially with orange insoles. Just put one foot in front of the other in your orange insoles. If you're experiencing sore feet due to plantar fasciitis, back or knee pain due to poor weight distribution, or hip pain due to improper alignment in your gait, think about it. It starts with your base, your feet. A supportive insole from Orange Insoles may help you. Go to orangeinsoles.com. Easy to navigate. They'll help you choose the correct insole based on your intended activity or the shoes you wear. They got all kinds: work boots, casual shoes, tennis shoes. And they proudly offer that 60-day "we want you to be happy" guarantee.
You know, they started as orange outsoles, but people kept losing them. And they went, you know what? Let's move them on the inside.
That makes sense. Sure.
Yeah.
Let's put them in the shoe. Orange insoles with you every step of the way.
How about that?
Orangeinsoles.com.
Thank you very much, Orange Insoles. You'll feel great when you start wearing them. They'll help you from the bottom up.
For sure.
When we come back, we have to review some very important stuff in the world, including asparagus and the importance of asparagus with ESP.
Huh.
You want to take that one, Josh?
Well, as far as I know, asparagus makes your ESP smell.
Okay, very good. Thank you. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Win a free pair of wireless Raycon earbuds. Just locate the Raycon contest code in the Bob and Tom app on the newsfeed. Then enter it at bobandtom.com/contest. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Coming up after the Bob and Tom show, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7, the joke of the day guy, Ace Cosby, steps in, and we present to you the Bob and Tom work farce, all the fun without really that much effort. Keep your smile going all day Thursday, and keep your family guessing what you're up to as you listen to Bob and Tom 24/7 over and over and over. That's right, we got you now.
I'm Chick McGee from the CrazyCockwine.com sports desk, and this is your Bob and Tom sports update. A person familiar with the decision tells the Associated Press that the NFL has extended its virtual offseason workouts through the end of May. NFL teams normally would be holding OTAs during May, followed by June minicamps. Those activities are being done remotely due to the pandemic. Florida is willing to be a restart site for professional sports leagues when play resumes following shutdowns caused by the new coronavirus. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said yesterday he's welcoming all pro sports for practicing and playing, although he couldn't guarantee the fans would be permitted. And lawyers for the XFL owner Vince McMahon have argued in court filings that he was justified in firing league CEO Oliver Luck last month, just before the football operation shut down. Luck has filed a federal lawsuit last month over his April 9th termination, alleging the wrestling magnate breached their contract. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chick McGee, and this is my first song. It's a song about something I'm very familiar with. My life as a ladies' man. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I know that. Tell me something I don't know. Of that nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. I'm a sex machine. Stanky. Nasty stuff. That's right. I am bad.
Oh, yeah. You bad. You bad. You bad.
I am a bad ass.
You bad.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Testify.
I'd give that a right on, brother.
Word up.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, my goodness. I'm feeling it. I dance as good as I walk. And frankly, I'm a little frightened. Lay it on me, ladies.
He can't get enough.
Give it up.
He can't get enough.
Give it up for the Mac Daddy.
He can't get enough.
I can't get enough.
Of that nasty stuff.
Nasty stuff. Nasty stuff. Oh my goodness.
Nasty stuff.
This has never happened before. I apologize.
Nasty stuff.
Does anyone have a towel or a moist towelette? Well, thanks for the bump and grind. I've got to bust a move. Peace out.
Nasty stuff.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Christy wants to get a chinchilla, which
Christy's kids want a chinchilla. You need to.
As Christy's life coach,
You can always say no. That's
I'm
the
saying,
nice thing about being a parent.
Don't get a chinchilla. It's a stupid pet.
They're not stupid. They're very smart little rodents.
Yeah, they're
Johnny Winkler got his aunt back, and we did an acid rock tape for Christy that maybe will get her on the
Good.
right path.
Let's listen to it. Thanks,
All right,
Donnie.
well,
Here we go.
got it here. All right.
With the fluffy fur coat and them big brown eyes, chinchillas are just creepy rats in disguise. Chinchilla! You ever chew all your stuff and it stink like crap? Instead of buying a cage, you should buy a trap for chinchillas. You want to teach kids about raising a pet and articulated python's the one you should get. Not a damn chinchilla. I know a pet snake's a way to go. No no chinchilla. I swear to God. Whoa, whoa. Chinchillas really blow. Say no to chinchillas. I swear to God. That sounds pretty good. Hey, rewind it. Let's hear the track. Hey, and make sure you put enough reverbs on my voice. I don't want to sound like Billy Idol's.
Hi, 9:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee's got an update on the weather forecast, of course.
Yes, I do. Q95, Fox 59 weather. Showers moving out, but it'll be windy, and then thunderstorms roll back in this afternoon with a high of 80. We'll have scattered thunderstorms overnight, low 60. Thunderstorms tomorrow, 72. 57 still.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Keep listening. Crystal's going to have those shots at $1,000 from Q95, so pay close attention, please. Where was I? But welcome back. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. We're worldwide at American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations like this one, and streaming it out on the YouTube. See what's going on. See who's who. I can tell you who's who right now. Ace was just waving. He's our engineer, of course, and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. A solid one today, I thought. Perhaps we can revisit that one in a second. Chick McGee at the crazycockwine.com sports desk.
So nice to be with you.
Christy's behind the glass in the other room over there, the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Hey.
And Josh, once again, planted on the orangeinsoles.com sidekick chair. This is Tom speaking. Mr. Godwin joins us from the around the corner of the Fudge is Made Studios in the next building.
Hello.
Right around the corner there. Should we review today in history?
I thought we were doing the asparagus story.
Oh, yeah, do that first. I love this story.
All right. A woman in the UK has been reading fortunes using asparagus. Her name is Jemima Packington of Bath, England.
Well, that's
See, right there, it sounds like something out of a Charles Dickens novel.
Yeah.
Jemima Packington.
She claims to be the world's only asparamancer. Whatever the hell that means.
Asparamancer?
Yeah.
Wow.
It involves tossing spears of asparagus, Josh, onto a surface and then reading the patterns to tell your future.
Yeah, I bet she probably uses this at the casinos all the time. The sports book.
You know, if you're paying her money to do this, you might want to think about stopping, okay?
During an appearance on ITV's This Morning.
Oh, I love ITV.
She interpreted, a spear pattern that she indicated, quote, good news on the way for us all this month.
Good.
Well, she obviously doesn't know what she's doing. She added that once she finished reading the future with her asparagus spears, she eats them for lunch.
You know, for those of us who are homesick for England, you can watch This Morning Britain every afternoon. You can watch it's Good Morning America type version. It's Good Morning Britain. You can watch it on BritBox if you'd like.
So have you seen Miss, what's her name again?
Packington.
Maybe I will this
Jemima
afternoon.
Packington.
I haven't seen.
She shows up every now and again on these wacky shows.
She says she predicted Brexit and England's victory in the Cricket World Cup.
Right, yeah.
Though the spears erroneously showed her that Meghan Markle was going to give birth to twins last year.
That's a pretty big one to miss.
She told the Bristol Post she has a success rate of between 75 and 90%.
I don't believe it.
Oh, by the way, May is National Asparagus Month in the UK.
How about that?
Is the world going to be destroyed by the Jolly Green Giant? What does she have on this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Josh, what are your thoughts on the asparagus prediction?
Well, I mean, asparagus and ESP. You all know it makes your ESP smell like asparagus.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. Time now to investigate what's going on in the world.
Time now for history today, March today, going here.
What? Well, he's having a stroke.
Almond.
Lay down.
A lot of birthdays today, but we'll start with history.
All right.
The delegates gathered where to draw up the U.S. Constitution in 1787?
Honolulu.
Philadelphia.
Thank you, Christy. Honolulu would have been an odd choice. Wasn't
Juneau,
even
Alaska.
Well, we didn't have
Philly,
Juneau either.
Philly was the answer.
Liberty Hall.
How about this one? 1804.
Answer me.
I'm not taking questions. 1804.
Yeah.
What expedition set out from your hometown, Josh?
Lewis and Clark.
Lewis and Clark. They met at the Arch.
Westward.
They did, yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
They
Once
met at the
again,
Bowling
very
Hall of Fame.
disappointing that Arch doesn't go over the river.
And through the woods.
Right there on the side. I would have thought it would have been a lot more impressive to go over
Then
the
it'll be
river.
the gateway to the south, I think.
Holy hell, listen to this. HBO will have a new Perry Mason miniseries in June starring Matthew Reese as Perry Mason.
Matthew Reese from The Americans.
Also, John Lithgow, Stephen Root, Robert Patrick, and Shea Wiggum.
Can't wait.
Wow.
Oh, man,
on.
those are that's like a murderer's row.
That's a killer actors.
No, sadly, on this date in 1998, the great Frank Sinatra died.
Aww.
So we take this opportunity to do a little bit of Sinatra music. Pat, you feel like doing a little Frank for us?
Christy, you want to trot out our little thing here, you and I? Maybe it's cold outside 2020. Are you ready?
Okay.
Oh, ready?
Go ahead. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I really can't stay.
You're staying.
Thank you, Frank.
All right. Thank you.
All blue eyes.
Yeah.
Make yourself at home. Hit somebody, Frank.
I love
Let's see.
Frank.
Got some birthdays.
What?
1936, Bobby Darin.
Oh.
Sadly died at the age of 37. Most famous for Mac the Knife, of
Did
course.
he really die that young?
Yeah, that was a mob.
I would say Splish Splash was a bigger hit.
No
Beyond
way.
the Sea was huge.
Bum, 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 bum. I was taking a bath. There's a party going on.
1943, Jack Bruce, the great bass player and singer for the great band Cream.
The non-troublemaker of the group, right?
No. He was a tough customer. It's the birthday of Baby Yoda. Oh, George Lucas, 1944.
Oh.
Pass on Yoda. You
The
know
great David Byrne.
Once Miss Piggy,
Talking
always
Heads,
Miss
sure.
Talking Heads. And also Kate Blanchett.
She's
Great.
very talented.
And then this one is very important to me, Amber Tamblyn, because, of course, she's the daughter of Russ Tamblyn, who, of course, played Riff in the movie West Side Story.
I'll stack her.
Twin Peaks.
Time now to review.
Stack her beginning and The Ring up against any acting performance.
Oh.
Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. For over 90 years, they're keeping your facility running. That's what they do best. Whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're going to exit with something from the outside. I've just been handed this. I don't know what it says. Let's hear it.
Yes, I have deuced on an airliner, and their exhaust fan is about as effective as the bilge pump on the Titanic.
Thank you very much. I apparently
How about that?
deucing on the plane. I had no idea.
On an airline.
I don't want to know.
What else did we learn today? Well, let's see.
Josh wants a sour cream gun.
Yes, we did learn that.
While we're at
Don't
it,
wash
I'd
a
like
cast
one.
iron skillet with dish soap, Pat.
No.
Got one?
No.
And there's a vacuum cleaner museum.
Yep.
Big choice. Well, they moved it.
They moved it to Rolla.
That's right. Okay.
Rolla.
I'm going.
It's
I swear.
still out
It's
there.
supposed to suck, though.
We talked about handkerchiefs. I never understood them. My friend Gary used them. Now he's dead.
Yep.
All right.
And
You think it has a connection?
Pat's in love with a lady at the CVS pharmacy. Doesn't know what her face looks like. But one of these
not
days
yet.
we'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.